Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, F.E. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
Ready? All right, man. I feel like we've been riffing already, but a man who needs no introduction, Mr. Enzo Amore, WWE superstar. Amore.
Well, for one, that's a name owned by Vince.
Oh, shit. All right. So what do we call him?
Absolutely fine.
That's what everybody knows. The real one. The real one. Is that what we're calling
Hulk Hogan is Terry Bollea, but nobody knows that, right?
Yeah.
Nobody knows that. Hey, man, I was blessed to have a run in the WWE, play a character up pretty well that you guys are all familiar with.
Yeah.
Because you all know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Roger's partly that.
I grew up with that all around me in every way, shape, form, and fashion, and so it was easy to put on. So we're gonna get down to that. I want to get into that immediately, just to lay it out there for you, you know how this kind of happened here.
Yeah.
Well, for one, we were just talking about Mickey Gall. You guys just worked with him and Gerald. Gerard is going to hate when I call him Jerry, so I can't call him Jerry, but he hates it. So Jerry and Mickey are homies of mine. Mickey Gall, he's a Jersey boy. And I saw him at an airport, and he's like, hey, man, you're Enzo Amore, right? I train at the Francos. So Joe DeFranco.
So wait, he called you Enzo Amore too then, so it's not just me.
I was Enzo Amore
at the time.
At that time. So Mickey Gall rolled up on me at the airport in LAX. He introduced himself, and I think I was out of the WWE, and so I went and hung out with Mickey, got to know him. He's a great guy. I have a boxing gym in New Jersey, State of Fitness Boxing Club. Shout out Desmond Boyle, the fireman who owns it, started it, and I have a podcast studio, music studio up there in North Jersey, okay?
Where's this gym?
73rd and Bergen Line in North Bergen.
Okay.
James J. Braddock, Cinderella Man.
Yeah.
It's our official gym, James J. Braddock, baby.
Wow, that's
Cinderella
dope, man.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I got to get you there.
Hell yeah.
I got to get Frankie Edgar in.
Yeah, bro.
I get the old fireman holding hand pads for you.
Oh, that'd be phenomenal.
Talking.
Yeah.
We got some old guys that look like Mickey from Rocky for real. Like just talking to the young boys.
This guy is the real Rocky, man. This guy is the real Rocky right here.
I know it. I was managing Hackensack Hooters.
Yeah.
Okay? When you fought, and I mean to this day, I don't know that I've ever seen anybody get their chin tested in the first round of a fight, come back and win like that in UFC history.
Who was that he fought? You remember?
Maynard.
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 Yeah, Brad Maynard, right?
Gray
Maynard.
Looks like a Brad.
Maynard.
Yeah.
Brad Maynard. Holy it's a throwback, dude. Hey, look, I didn't do my research before I got on the pod.
Hey, that was good, bro. Hey, that was good memory right there.
Put him on the map. That was a trilogy.
Dude, I am telling you right now. No, I remember 1 and 2. Yep. I saw those. I was managing Hackensack Hooters. You're a Rutgers guy.
Yeah.
You're a hometown kid. You were a sellout for us at Hackensack Hooters. UFC fight. When you that fight, I've to this day never been in a more like holy atmosphere watching a fight with a group of people than that group of Jersey people at that Hackensack Hooters. People still know me as the guy from Hooters that met me in the WWE years after. Like, hey, aren't you that guy from Hooters? It's like they don't know me as Enzo. It's like I love that you know me as that still. So a couple years there at Hooters, but here we are. This is where we get to Enzo Amore, the wrestler, and how it became a thing. I cut a promo on the Jersey Shore.
Yep.
I made fun of everybody on the Jersey Shore.
Oh, did you get this? God.
No. So I've never seen a single episode of the Jersey Shore. I couldn't pick the people in the show out of a lineup. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. I'm in college. I'm playing college football. We don't have cable at my apartment. I'm living with a bunch of hood motherfuckers playing football. Everybody's scrappy for dollars. You know, if we got $10, we're gonna buy weed with it. Yeah. Fucking break, bro. Like, ain't nobody had, so we didn't have cable. Jersey Shore is the most popular show on fucking TV. Jersey Shore is the most popular show on TV, and everybody in college in Maryland is calling me Jersey Shore.
Hell yeah,
They're like, oh, Jersey Shore.
You kind of look like Jersey Shore.
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about, right? And then it became a wave, and then obviously I find out what it is. I know what it is, and so fast forward, I get done playing college football in Maryland, and I fucking go up to Jersey, and I manage a Hooters. I walked into a Hooters for a beer, asked them if they were hiring. They gave me a job, gave me the keys, and now me and my homies are in that Hooters at like 2 a.m. chiefing, hanging out, drinking, you know. But I always put the money in the drawer if we drank. Fuck you. Nobody's drinking on the company time. Respectful of Hooters.
There you go. All right.
Love me a Hooters.
Hey, that's why you're a manager, you know?
I was responsible, you know what I mean? You didn't shit where I ate, didn't fuck with none of these little, you know, Hooters ladies.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a good time to be alive, though, for all my homies. Everybody was always coming to Hooters. So, anyway, I want to get into the WWE, and I don't even know how you do that. I went to the original college in Massachusetts, where John Cena went to college, to try to be a wrestler, because that's where he went to school. So my freshman year, I went to.
So you did. This is something you wanted to do from right away,
bro. Fuck yeah, dude. I thought it was real when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was so into it.
I think everybody did. I don't know. I think you're younger than me. You're like 36, 37. But I as a kid, like, I thought it was real, right? And then, like, you know, years later, it was a debate. Is it real? Isn't it real? Like, you'd argue with your friends. Like, I don't know. Fuck it. I think
how about that
so many people bought it.
What was your era, though? Like Jimmy Snuka?
Yeah, like Hogan, Hacksaw, Jim Duggan, all that shit. Yeah.
Spilled coffee all over us. It's decaf.
Yeah.
All right, either way. So, you go white.
Macho Man, Randy Savage.
The cream always rises to the top. Cup of coffee. Freak out. Fucking macho. So anyway, dude, I cut this promo on these Jersey Shore guys, and it was a video that I did, and my strength coach Joe DeFranco, who ties in Mickey Gall, so I tie everything together. My strength coach Joe DeFranco gets a phone call one day from a guy who went by Paul Levesque. Triple H is his real name.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know who Paul Levesque is. But I'm done playing college football. I'm managing the Hooters. I'm smoking cigarettes, smoking pot. Fucking definitely not on no juice. I'm just fucking settling into not playing college football and having freedom for the first time.
Right.
To go drink, party, and my dad kind of sees it. My dad's like nudging me, like, "Fucking what about like get your fucking shit together." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm a DJ. All right, my dad is a DJ by trade. My uncle's a DJ, my cousin's a DJ, all my aunts, my uncles, and my mother and my grandmother work for the DJ company.
Wow.
So we DJ'd all over North Jersey. Bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, weddings, you name it. And as a kid, I'm leading people in the Cupid Shuffle, the Cha-Cha Slide, and fucking you name it. And we got a
good MC right away.
You got to make a buck.
Yeah.
And we're hustling speakers in and out of kitchens all over fucking New Jersey. Okay, so I have this huge network of people in the DJ industry and the DJ business, and I know everybody at every nightclub. By the time I'm 17, 18, my older cousins, my dad, his network, I'm DJing Sweet 16.
Well, you got comfortable around that vibe early in life. Then,
I had a microphone in my hand, and I was fucking ready.
Yeah,
They found me like this, dog. So this goes into this shit for real. So they found me like this, and that is funny because 10 years ago today, I debuted in the WWE on NXT. And I said, bada boom, realest guy in the room, how you doing, right? And that shit held true to today. Like, when I sign autographs, that's what I sign. You know what I mean? So it's like, I am working out at this gym. Triple H calls me. And I wanted to be a wrestler. I went to the same college that John Cena went to my freshman year to try to be a wrestler. And I met John Cena and asked him, and he was like, graduate college and have your coach contact me. And we're like, he probably didn't think I would even graduate college. Which he was right. I graduated, but just not from that school. I kicked out for being awesome. You know what I'm saying? So I get this opportunity to tell Joe DeFranco to call Triple H back. I'm like, bro, call him back. He starts training Triple H. I already have it set in my mind that I'm going to be a wrestler and I got to figure this thing fucking out. So Joe's going to train Triple H, and then somehow I'm going to get Joe to fucking I don't know, tell Triple H to give me a tryout or something.
Yeah.
Right? Put me on Tough Enough. And I think that the show Tough Enough is how you get into wrestling.
This was like the reality show back then, right?
Yeah, the reality show.
Yeah.
I thought that was how you got in. I didn't know, like...
There was other avenues, right?
Yeah, bro. I just thought, like, I'll go to college, I'll play football, that'll be on my resume. And then when I'm done with college football, I'll tough enough.
There you go.
Exactly. Not even joking. Like, completely irrational thought. But that was how I thought it was going to happen. But God's plan, Triple H calls my fucking strength coach because we're working out crazy. You know Joe DeFranco, great strength coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Innovator in combine training for NFL athletes and shit. And MMA fighters go to him for flexibility and joint issue and so much therapy. He's great. He's awesome. So Joe was my strength coach when I was like 13. All the way up.
Wow. You're lucky.
Yeah, I was lucky. Beyond it. So
because of football.
I was fucking, first team all North Jersey.
Yeah.
Played in the All-Star game.
You think this Joe had a big piece of that?
Oh yeah, I mean my senior year, my junior year accolades were like first team all league.
Oh wow.
My senior year accolades were like I got everything.
Yeah.
And I played in the All-Star game for the North team. And Jersey, baby.
I read you played.
So I was third team, right? And you know who the first team was the McCourty twins.
Oh, yeah.
And fucking Brian Cushing.
Oh, wow.
NFL Rookie of the Year. Those guys are at my position. I mean, you're not going to be... I wasn't going to the NFL, and I fucking knew that.
Right.
A white defensive back, dog. I'm not Jason Sehorn. Rare breed, bro. Rare breed of human. So I knew I never was going to the NFL. I was a rational human being. I just wanted to play college football.
Yeah.
Thought it could also help me get into WWE. And sure enough, this guy calls us. And so I got to get this video together of me training and shit. And like, then me talking shit at the end of it.
Were you training any wrestling stuff at that time?
No, so I start training at Ike's Boxing Gym in Patterson. You ever been there? It's the littlest, shittiest hole-in-the-wall shoebox of a boxing gym. Thinking somewhere in my brain, like, oh, boxing is going to help me wrestle. Like, dude. I don't know what I was in for the rudest awakening in the history of maybe ever rude awakenings. Now, I watched wrestling my whole life, and I understood it by watching it. And I'm pretty good at translating what it is that I see. A decent enough athlete. If I show you how to box squat, Frankie, you're gonna fucking box squat. I don't need to go over it with you. And it's like, hey, here's how you do a kettlebell swing. Hand him a kettlebell. He fucking swings it. That kind of shit I had down. So, like, that kind of thing, you need to have that, to a degree.
You're coachable.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know about that, but I mean, fucking, hand me the microphone. You do this better than me, you do it. So, fucking, I don't know how coachable I really was when it came to being a pro wrestler, but when it came to being an athlete, growing up, I could understand. When I see somebody do a headlock takeover, I can go do that thing. If I see somebody do a vertical suplex, let me hook that up. Dude, I'll do that thing in my backyard with my brother. You know what I mean? Like, so I never had any wrestling training at all. And this video that I made to show Triple H that I put up on YouTube goes viral on Barstool Sports overnight.
Get out of here.
And it's because Victor Cruz is going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I make this video about me playing Victor Cruz in high school football. And I'm in like my mom's basement. And I'm like, I fucking German suplex Victor Cruz in high school football on like a screen pass. They throw a screen pass, I swim move a guy, and I fucking yoke Victor. And I like fire up. So in the video, I'm playing the song by fucking Trick Daddy, baby, cause I'm a thug, right? And I'm like, you see this shit, Victor? Should be me playing for the Giants. Fuck you, you know what I mean? I don't remember. But this video goes viral, which leads them to stumble onto this other video on Barstool of me working out and then talking shit about the Jersey Shore. The guys at the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
So really what I was doing was getting the rub from Jersey Shore.
Sure,
You know what I mean? This shit's over. It works. Snooki's wearing leopard. I'll wear leopard. You know what I mean? Like, there's branding on this wave here, the hair and that thing. But in reality, also, I was insulted in real life because my dad's a DJ. And everybody I knew, my dad's the real life Paulie D. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You guys are from Rhode Island, and fucking this town and that town, and I grew up in South Hackensack, and here you come fucking, so I cut that promo because it was just an easy energy, easy way to like channel the wrestler that I wanted to get across. Hey, here's a way for me to show you what I would do in wrestling. I didn't want to like say, hey, John Cena, I'm going to shit on you.
Right.
Like that
you find your niche.
Probably ain't gonna get me nowhere. Like burying a guy who's in the WWE. Hey, fucking Triple H, you bitch! I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, no, be more creative and also show that you're from Jersey and this kind of represents.
Perfect niche,
So then that led to a tryout in the WWE. So that viral video was then shown to Triple H by my strength coach. Like, yo, check out this kid who works out of my gym. He's going viral on Barstool, and he shows it to Triple H. Triple H calls me on the phone. I get a tryout. Dusty Rhodes sees my tryout. When I cut my promo, Dusty Rhodes likes me, gives me the nod of approval to Hunter. They hire me. I've never had a match in my life. I walked in there and, bro,
that's every wrestler's
dream. You never had a match in your life before you went to the WWE.
That's insane.
Never, dude.
You know how many people would die for that?
No amateur wrestling background whatsoever.
Wow.
Never wrestled in my life.
Wow.
Bro. I mean, at this point...
did you go train before your first show?
No, Triple H actually told Joe DeFranco, because now, it's funny, I was the experiment that worked. I'm telling the truth. This is like, if you hear it here, you hear it first. I was the inventor of the NIL program in the WWE. If you know what NIL is, right? Like, they're doing this thing where they're recruiting strictly now Division I and big-time college athletes who maybe fall short of the NFL, or are big-time track athletes that maybe were in the Olympics, or big-time amateur wrestlers like
Stevenson, Gable Stevenson. Yeah.
He was on the NIL program with WWE, so they could pay him money while he's in college, and then recruit him directly into the Performance Center training system.
Right.
Well, I was a part of the group that was in Florida Championship Wrestling, a little tiny shitty warehouse with 3 wrestling rings in it, and we got this shit beat out of us, and there was no cameras, and it was fucked up, right? Right? That's an old school wrestling. That's how it goes. That's what I signed up for.
Take your licks, right?
Well, yeah, whatever, bro. I wasn't fucking complaining. I was like, bro, are you shitting me? I'm at the bar every weekend. Like, I'm in the WWE. Fuck, are you kidding? So I was making like $600 a week, bro. You shitting me, dude? You paying me to teach me this? Fuck yeah, I would have been DJing on the weekends here, fucking making $1 to do this, So I was just mind blown by the opportunity I had, and next thing I knew, bro, I went out there, was probably, I said it was 10 years ago today as we filmed this, is May 22nd, 23rd, whatever. That's when it debuted on TV. Dude, I think Triple H was just trying to do me like a charity, like trying to do me a solid, like give me a little chance, because I never had a match.
Wow.
So I'm there for like 7-8 months, and I'm not getting a name. So I haven't had a match. I'm setting up the ring every day. Got the posts on my shoulder, touching every post. I'm like, I was a mover, Paramus moving. Shout out Paramus moving. So I would touch all the posts and make sure I knew how to set up the ring and shit and all that. And that made me valuable, I guess, to the show, at least, because I'm not wrestling. You're not giving me matches. At least I'm setting up the fucking ring and setting up all the shit. And next thing I know, I show up to an NXT TV taping, bro. I kid you not, the night before 5, 6 a.m., I was up with a girl. I was smashed, hammered, drunk. I was fucked up because I knew that this was like the first day off I've had in like a month. I had been grinding, and we didn't get really days off. We always had to like go put flyers on the poles of the streets.
That'd be like your day off.
Tell people our show was happening. I'd be in the middle of Jacksonville, Florida, 3-4 hours away from where I was sleeping in Tampa, at 7 a.m. putting flyers all over the telephone poles trying to get people to come to these Florida Championship Wrestling shows.
Wow.
So they called it Street Team. And because I was at the bottom of the barrel, bottom of the hierarchy, bottom of the totem pole, I was a fucking tadpole. I had to go do that every weekend. And I had a car, so they always were having me do that shit. So I show up to a TV, bro, and I know I'm not wrestling. I've never had a match.
Yeah.
What the fuck? We got a TV taping. Sounds like a day off. I'm going to go backstage. I'm going to hide. I'm going to eat all the donuts, and I'm going to fucking be fat that day because I know I'm not going to be used on NXT TV. They only use our wrestlers that are wrestlers that know what they're doing. Bro, I'm sitting backstage with my feet up, and Dusty Rhodes walks in the room. He's like, he never called me Enzo. He's like, Enzo, you got your gear? You got your gear. And I'm like, gear? I had a pair of leopard leggings from the Sears that I shopped for in the women's section because they told me I had to wear tights. I was like, bro, I don't wear tights, bro. I wear fucking Jordans and I wear boxing trunks and I'm going to beat the shit out of people. And they're like, no, you're not. You're tiny, you're going to lose, and you're going to wear tights. And I'm like,
fuck.
Like dream just demolished, right? Ego, death, right there. And so I quick run grab this little outfit I have, bro, that I've never worn in my life, and now all of a sudden I got a microphone in my hand, and they're telling me I'm going to wrestle that night, and I'm going to cut a promo before it. So I go out there, and it just so happens the day that I'm debuting, John Cena's backstage. When I go out there, all the boys backstage, all the wrestlers stand up to clap for me, because they're like, yeah, Enzo's getting a shot. Because Enzo can cut a promo, and everybody knows it. But everybody also knows I've never wrestled before. So they're all like standing up.
It's a nervous clap.
Like, there
it goes.
Here it is. Like, let's see how this could be a train wreck. Or this is not, you know what I mean? And John Cena kind of stopped backstage and was like, why the fuck is everybody standing up and clapping? And like, so he watched. And I came out and I was like, my name is Enzo Amore. I'm a certified Gina bona fide stud. When I look up and down the NXT roster, see nothing but a bunch of fake tough guys. What I like to call fugazi. Everybody's real till a real situation shows up. Everybody's a G till a G walks in a room. Bada boom, realest guy in the room. How you doing? Right? And I like spaz out. I get out of it. I lose in like 5 seconds. I get murdered, right? Dude, tossed around. And I'm a real athlete in my brain at this time, and I'm like, ego death. Like, I just wore tights. I got my ass kicked. I get out of the ring. I feel like a loser. I'm like my mom and dad, everybody back home. Well, at least I'm like, you know what? At least I don't look like a liar. I came here and I said I would be a WWE wrestler, and I just had the match. Yeah. Now it's a bar story. We go home. When I get fired, I can pull up that match from the WWE. I swear I did it. I swear, right? Now I come out the curtain, and then John Cena wants to meet me. And John Cena asked me to come to the ring with him. I go out to the ring with him. I don't know any better. I tell him this guy's my tag team partner, 7-foot tall guy. I just booked my own tag team partner. John Cena thinks this guy's my partner. Now me and him are standing backstage with John Cena and Triple H and my boss look at us and like, what the fuck are you guys doing back here? And they're like, John Cena's like, oh, I asked them to come out with me to the ring. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So I didn't know what to do. I just said, like, big cash, 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And I called the guy SAWFT Shuft. John Cena repeated it, dude, and my life changed forever. I just rode a rocket thanks to John Cena.
That's awesome.
Bringing me back out there that night, and I said soft, and then I'd be backstage at the next shows for like the next 2 months. I'm not wrestling. And all the crowd would be going, Shuft, Shuft. and they'd be like, put him out there. And I'd run out there, and I'd always thought I was getting fired. For 7 years, I was like, I'm getting fired tomorrow, bro. Like, this is it. So I just lived life like that, too, for real.
One day at a time.
That's what allowed me to enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's what allowed me to be good at it. But I owe you people at the Jersey Shore all the thanks in the world as well.
Want me to shoot the ex-wife a text and say that?
Yeah, right. Tell everybody I said thanks. Tell them all I said thank you. So there's that. So my story's out the fucking way, but it's all because
I saw you. I never like got deep because wrestling fans, bro, they get deep. They're like they're the diehard of the diehard fans, right? I was never like that, but I always, I liked wrestling. I went to Barclays Center. I don't know, maybe like 2016, 17, something like that. Bro, you stole the fucking show. You literally stole the show. I only ever saw you one time, but I was like, bro, I don't know who that dude is. I don't think I knew your name at the time, but I was like, bro, that guy is a fucking legend. Like,
yo, you know,
just you on the mic,
that, right? You didn't know my name.
Yeah.
Well, that's like, whoa.
But I remember
like,
you.
Think about that, right?
Yeah.
Imagine grabbing a microphone and not introducing yourself. A lot of people don't. So if you're a young wrestler or even anybody who's like a young MMA fighter, instantly, when you get that microphone, say your fucking name.
Yeah. You're right. That is good.
I mean, what?
They had you. I just remember
I'm not the one inventing it.
They had you
Like,
hanging in a cage, like a little cage over the cage. You were up there for literally 45 minutes and just
That
on
was
the mic.
another one of them nights where I knew I had off. I don't remember what I was doing the night before, but I knew I was going to be in a cage the next day standing over the ring.
Yep.
So that doesn't entail me getting body slammed. So those were always nights off to me, bro. So you got to know when the wrestling show's in town, there's a party, right?
Yeah, right.
Every fucking night.
I bet.
It's real Ric Flair shit. Like, I mean, and I was burning the candle on both ends like nobody has maybe in a long time. I'm not going to drop names and say, like, oh, this guy did it. This guy did it. Like, nah, man. Like, for the little window I had of about a 2-year run there was nobody riding the lightning bolt like me. Nobody rode that lightning bolt like me, bro. I was fucking wild.
Really?
Had a good ass time.
That's awesome.
I mean, bro, at the Jersey Shore, I came down here for the first time as Enzo Amore. Now, mind you, I used to have to call fucking 5 people to get me in the side of DJs.
Yeah.
I'd be up there.
I'll be there Friday. You want to go?
Oh, buddy, I'm flying out Saturday. I already got it in. But you can tell DJ Lughead and DJ all the guys, Big Billy and all those assholes that are over there. Tell them I said hello. But yeah, I loved DJs, and I used to like go there when I was Eric per se, and not be able to get in without having to make 5 fucking phone calls. And, like, get somebody to get you to sign because there was a huge line.
Yeah,
always.
Always a huge line.
This weekend will be fucking nuts.
Well, let me tell you, dude. When I fucking roll into DJs for the first time as Enzo Amore, there was nothing in the world that could have prepared me for what the fuck was about to happen. And I ended up being single due to that weekend. The very next
I believe it.
I'm not getting into the details. But let's just say, bro, one of the most epic performances in DJ's history. The DJ's owners, you talk to them about that. When you go to DJ's this Friday, ask them about the time Enzo was there in the summer of 2017. I lit that place on fire, painted the walls bloody red, and then I had a main event night with John Cena in pay-per-view in Washington, D.C.
Wow.
And in a giant arena.
Wait, that night?
The next night.
Holy shit.
Sunday.
Damn.
I was lighting it up until 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I was wilding the fuck out.
Savage.
No sleep. Next day, performance of a lifetime.
Amazing.
On the mic with John Cena in the corner. And that's what it takes to ride that roller coaster, I think. I could never do it that way again. I would let that be clear. I mean, woof. Bro, when you are living it, when you are living it on one side of that curtain, like look at I can relate it to MMA. Look at McGregor's run in MMA. When he was white hot and he was living that, the confidence level, the fucking dude.
John Jones is a better example.
Yeah, but
that dude fucking parties like a madman. I don't know if he does anymore. But
don't sleep, Lawrence Taylor shit. No fucking sleep, and I'm fighting all day. Like wild shit. And in order to get that character, sometimes out there on that screen to give you that performance. Sometimes that performance carried off screen when I got to the other side of the curtain,
It's probably hard to turn it off.
And it's hard to turn it off sometimes, and especially when you know that the bar is open.
And filled with fans anyway, right?
Filled with fans who are all going to buy you a drink and give you food. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think you could have been that character without living that life?
I think
you could have done it?
I did it for a while when I had a girlfriend. I had a girlfriend. She was a dime, and everybody, probably, the apple of a lot of people's eye to this day. But, for every beautiful girl in the world out there, there's a guy
sick of their shit.
This guy said that to me one time, and it resonated.
And we were growing and we were young, and you go through life, and every girl that I've ever had has been an angel in my life, including the one I'm with now, and her more than anyone. They've all put up with my shit. I don't know how, but I'd like to think that we both learned something, and that you get it. You got an ex-wife. You know what I mean? That wasn't all for nothing.
Agreed.
So,
Kids are a game changer too.
Yeah, and you only experience fame for the first time once. And you only experience that with the money and the power and the respect and all for once.
Yep.
It's only the first time once. And she knew where I was going. And, I made a promise to my best friends in high school that I was about to do these things, and I'll meet them in L.A. And they moved to L.A., and they got real lives for themselves, and I kept my promise. And when I made it in the WWE, I did this weird, crazy, ass-backwards thing that nobody really gets to do in any realm of entertainment, except for the one I was in. Is I made it without Hollywood, no music, no fucking television, like no movies. I made it and then moved to Hollywood.
Right.
You feel me? I didn't need Hollywood to make
backwards,
it. I did it backwards. So when I came to town, nothing could have prepared me for what was about to happen.
Yep.
I was partying with Drake. I was partying with The Weeknd. I was hanging out with everybody. I was going out every night. I was partying as often as anybody could ever party. It was every night was a party. And when I'm home in L.A., that's not a night off. That's a night with the boys. That's my homies from high school. This is real life entourage shit. We're fucking, and my little brother, he got the camera going. My little brother now he makes music videos for Post Malone. He does
get out of here.
Lyrical Lemonade with Cole Bennett, shot Motley Crue, DP on the set, holding the camera, hanging off the fucking back of a car on the NASCAR track for Post Malone's music video, Motley Crue. Like life in fruition, full circle. Like my whole life kind of, my brother stayed in LA when I moved home, and man, it couldn't have worked out any better for him. And I'm never gonna be the one to say, hey, come home, bro. You know what I mean? Right. Like he's still out there. He's got a fiance and shit, and he's killing the game with music videos and whatnot.
That's awesome.
So that was an amazing thing too. Like
no byproduct.
And my other best friend from high school that lives there is Sugar Free Rich. Everybody knows him. He makes fucking salmon for Al Pacino. His kid is a celebrity fucking cook.
Yeah.
He cooks for. He does meal prep for celebrities.
Oh, wow.
So he'll bag up like 20 meals at a time, and it's all healthy, sugar-free food. He lost 250 pounds in like 8 months.
Sugar's the worst shit you can put in your body. It really is.
Yeah, it really is. And they
Other
all
than maybe
knew
drugs,
that, didn't they? They knew that.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course. It's addictive.
That bright red, yellow arch, that fucking sign is pulling you in every time, bro. They knew.
So
you guys speak a little.
Your first match, you said it lasted 30 seconds. You would have been deemed a heel at that time, right? I mean, that's what the people are called. They're just put in there to get their ass. Do most people get out of that heel phase? Don't most people you can start your career as a heel and end your career as a heel, right?
It's funny. I loved being a heel, and I started as a heel and I finished as a heel.
You did?
Yes.
How? You were a fucking superstar. How's that a heel? And you and Cass,
it's a gray area.
Right? A couple of belts.
I was two-time cruiserweight champion.
Yes, right.
After me and Cass broke up.
Right.
So me and Cass broke up. I had a singles run on my own. I had the cruiserweight title, and
twice, yeah.
And I actually.
So how does that make you a heel? I'm confused. I mean, in the beginning, clearly you were.
It's a weird wrestling crowd. It's a weird thing. I come out to the ring and I say my name is Enzo Amore and that shit, and everybody says it with me, and then they boo me. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like Bane. He's a bad guy, but he's a good guy. You're rooting for him, right? Kind of like that. You know what I mean?
If there's, Stone Cold Steve Austin, great example.
He's a heel.
He's a heel, right?
Right, but
all of his tendencies, everything he does is heelish.
Right.
Poke you in the eyes, give you the finger, kick you in the nuts, crack a beer, crack you over the head with a beer. He's fucking awesome. Yeah. We can't help but cheer that guy on.
Right.
So when I first came out as a heel, I was too funny. People fucking laughed. And so if you were the brunt of my jokes, so sorry, this thing's going to work ass backwards because they're going to cheer for me, not you. And we had to earn that at the start, but we were pretty much baby faces right then and there. But it's funny because I'm using material now. I still wrestle from time to time. I'll be wrestling at Six Flags Great Adventure. Frankie, Roger, you guys are more than welcome to come.
We'd love to, man.
It's right around the corner, and I'll do this show just like for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
If I can, Like, I'm like Jerry the King Lawler, bro. I could do this shit till I'm 70.
But
the way I do it, you know what I mean?
I did a wrestling event. I wrestled Nova. I remember Nova. He's a Tom's River guy.
Okay.
He's an old school wrestler. He had his retirement match.
I know fucking Nova.
Yeah.
I know exactly what Nova is.
So I was in there. I cracked some dudes. Hit some dude with a jet whizzer.
That was recently.
It was fun, bro.
You and Fraser, right?
Frankie,
Fraser was in there.
Frankie, anytime you want to get in there and dance, you just let me know. I'll get you booked.
Bro.
Tomorrow.
Fraser was in there. Fraser
He was living
with
his
Jerry the
best
King
life.
Lawler. That dude was with Jerry the King Lawler. And he hit him with the bat.
That's so good, man. It's so good. It's fun. I still have fun doing it, and I'll do it until the day I die, man. Just if I can here and there, I'll get the itch or whatever. But at a full-time capacity, the way I did it, how I did it, the run I had in the WWE, I'm just older now, and when I see it, it's like, ooh, how did I do it?
Man,
I don't think I could do that again. I did it. It's funny if you really think about it. 2020 happened. COVID happens. They're never going to book as many shows ever again that they did in 2018-19.
Think so?
2017. At least not right now, right? I mean, would you say this year that they're going to book more live events and more shows than they did for a year in 2017 and 2018?
UFC is right where
I was going to say the only one that
UFC is where they're at.
they didn't slow down at all.
Okay.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but they found a place to put on shows and they carried on, man, just like business as usual.
This is difference.
Yep.
UFC is a fight. They don't have to do that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday because they can't. You cannot physically do it.
Right.
You cannot. But pro wrestling, you guys only get to see Monday Night Raw and Tuesday Night SmackDown and NXT. Or SmackDown's on Friday and NXT's on Tuesday. And that's 3 shows that the WWE has. Now they do it. If you're on Raw, you're on Raw. If you're on SmackDown, you're on SmackDown. You don't do Raw and you don't do SmackDown. You don't do both. Somebody's on USA, somebody's on Fox. And they just had a draft. So every year they'll scramble the roster up and draft players to different Raw or SmackDown. Okay? So that the brothers don't have to work every fucking night.
Right, yeah.
Okay, well, you still got to wrestle if you're on Monday Night Raw, which is on Monday nights, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But that's not on TV.
That's just like
That's just live
local
event.
shows.
If we do the Barclays Center on Friday, and then we do TV on fucking Monday in Boston. You know what I'm saying? We'll make our way to Boston.
Right.
And we'll hit Philly on Friday.
So those live shows, there's no camera there? Or
There's
they film
cameras,
it?
They film every bit of it, but
yeah.
it's never going to be anywhere seen by the world, really.
Just on the WWE streaming shit.
Not even.
Not even there? Really?
Not ever, no. No. This is where the acts are really testing out what it is they want to work out for their storyline, their TV, their
crowd reaction,
their pay-per-view. Like maybe I did this move to you on Friday night and I heard the crowd go nuts and I was like, oh, I didn't even mean to do that there. So maybe that's where I'll put it, on Saturday. You know what I mean? Right. And then on Saturday, you're like, oh, I fucking hit him with the chair right here and I knock him out and we had the referee fooled for a second, but the referee didn't get the reaction we need. So maybe I should hit the referee on accident and then hit the just some shit to figure out what you're doing. Toy with things on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Then there's also nights where you're gonna coast. You got it down. You can go out there and dance with this guy any night. You don't even need to fucking talk to him. We know what each other do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then there's a brand new match. You got a brand new opponent. So now we got to talk about every bit of that.
How do you choreograph it? Like, do you guys go over it? Do you practice it, or you just talk it out?
At that level, the highest level in the world, a lot needs to be discussed. Yeah. For the most part.
So when we did our shit, bro. They really just talking. They were gonna do this. I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right, this will go.
That's how easy it is. Yeah. I don't need to talk to my opponent anymore when I wrestle nowadays in the independent world. I'll see you out there.
You got.
I'm Enzo. Yeah. Hit me from the back when I say soft. I say WFT soft. Hit me from behind, dude. I'll go down. You don't have to worry about it. I'm not gonna get back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What wrestling is selling.
Right.
Yeah. You sell in the ring when you get hit. You make it look like,
Yeah.
And the problem is a lot of wrestlers or guys who are trying to be wrestlers have never been in a real fight.
So they don't know how to.
You get it. You grew up here.
Yeah.
We scrapped. Everybody I fucking knew growing up scrapped.
You can say whatever you want about Jersey, but everybody that lives here that has any kind of alpha in them at all has scrapped. Yeah. Every one of us.
Everybody. So it's like if you can see when a motherfucker doesn't know what it's like to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
He's never been hit before.
Yeah.
Like, look at how he's selling it. Look at how he thinks it feels. It's like, bro, like what? Like, you know, not to say this in a negative connotation, but most women have went their whole lives without having a fist fight or being punched in the face.
Right. Yeah.
So sometimes when you see it when a woman is becoming a wrestler,
she doesn't know what it's supposed to feel like.
She doesn't know what pain feels like, physical pain.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get people all the time, and like, bro, like I just had a match recently, and in the middle of the match, I jumped up for a leapfrog, and I called the spot to the kid, and I was like, tackle, drop down, leapfrog. Well, when you're running the ropes, and you give me that tackle, and you go, and you're running, you're thinking to yourself, tackle, drop down, leap. What's next? Like, what's after leapfrog? I'm running the ropes. Like, what's going to happen?
Right.
What's the move he wants me to do? And it's going to be awkward. It's like that. He comes off the ropes. He doesn't know. Well, unbeknownst to him, I wanted a real reaction out of him. So when I landed on the leapfrog, I sold my knee like I just tore my ACL. I just fucking jumped. And when I landed, I was like, oh. And I started rolling around on the ground. Because have you ever hurt your knee in real life? Do you know how it feels? Do you know how you react?
Yeah.
And you're sitting there and you're going like this, you know, playing with the fucking ACL. Yeah. I'm sitting in the corner doing this. And then I tell the referee, tell him to turn around. And the kid turned around. I got up and I glommed him from behind. I had him and everybody in the arena thinking I tore my ACL.
Yeah.
You know,
so you that's totally on the fly. That wasn't thinking ahead. That was just on the fly.
I didn't think about that at all. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's kind of the part.
But I think there's a lot of people that can't do that.
Of course not. But they also didn't train to become a pro wrestler and didn't have the opportunity of a lifetime to learn from the greatest teachers in the world for $600 a week. Like I told you, I would have fucking done it for free. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? They were paying me to train to become a wrestler, and I was blessed for that. And I did it. And you know, it's a song and a dance is what I say. It's not. You know, it doesn't matter how much you bench press, bro. It just matters how much people fucking care. Yeah. How much you can get them emotionally invested, how much you can rile them up, how much they want to see this fight. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. And the show at Six Flags that I invited you guys to is called Northeast Wrestling, NEW. They do shows every once in a while. And I never wrestled outside the WWE before, right? And when Big Cass, my former tag team partner, he had this big match with John Moxley, this guy Dean Ambrose, so whatever names, you know. So Big Cass wrestles John Moxley. I've never done the independents before in my life. I decided that I would go manage Big Cass in this indie thing, and it was at Six Flags. And dude, it was like sold out in the place where they had the Batman show.
Yeah.
It was like a couple thousand people, you know, and. Outdoors.
Yeah.
Outdoors.
They had an MMA fight there before.
Yes. And so, bro, fucking, my homies are just having the best time. They're talking to each other, but I can hear them. The fans can't. You know, I got my elbows on the apron. I'm hearing my homies having a good time, and like they're vibing off the crowd, and the people are bringing the energy. Yeah. And bro, I've been at that Six Flags show every year since I.
When is it?
It's once a year usually. It's coming up real soon. It's usually in July or It's in June, but yeah, it's fun, dude, and I think you'd be a great.
Get him in it.
I get you on that show. I get you.
I'll be there.
You'd be my tag team partner on that fucking show.
Somebody
awesome, bro.
Get the kids in on all the free rides.
Oh hell yeah!
Skip the line.
It'd be like that.
It'd be like I say this is my favorite show. This is what, bro. I'm riding every roller coaster.
Yeah, dude, I remember
skipping the line and riding like 4 times in a row.
Bro, I'm with you. I did it when they had the MMA fights there. My buddy Chris Lagori, Dante Rivera fought there, and I did like a signing, and then we got to go on all the rides.
Wasn't Kimbo Slice part of that?
Kimbo Slice was there. Myself
Legend.
and Matt Serra.
Kimbo, bro. Hey, so I'm asking an MMA fighter. So you've fought at the highest level in the world. What does that mean in a street fight? Do you think that there's street fights that can go either way? Because a street fight, there ain't no fucking rules. You can fight a guy. You can,
I think if I get a guy that's a street fighter that says he's a street fighter,
no, not a street fighter.
But I'm saying,
no.
In a street
I'm talking about like 2 MMA fighters, 2 big time UFC fighters.
It becomes different, but it's still. I mean,
I'm not talking about no jabroni like myself.
No. I'm saying, you get 2 street fighters. It'll definitely add like I think it would add a different element. Yeah, for sure. But
that's got to be so rare.
The best guy's gonna win. The best guy's still gonna win.
That's got to be so rare, though.
My thing is
2 equally skilled guys get into it in the street. That's got to be like extremely rare.
Bro, I've seen it happen. I've seen where 2 dudes pulled over, they get out and they're like fucking. They look like they know what the fuck they're doing. And they're both like, oh shit, like, all right, here we go. I think there was a couple takedowns, a couple people get up, and they were like, all right, they both were like, go fight, and walked away.
No way.
Yeah.
You witnessed this?
Yeah.
So these guys don't even know that Frankie Edgar watched it.
No. This is a video. It's a video. Yeah.
I was like, yo.
But like these dudes like literally fucking throwing leg kicks and shit. I'm like,
you talking about that one video with a cop? He's a security guy, not cop. But he's throwing these like he was definitely like an amateur.
No, these
MMA
were like 2
guy.
kids. This was like literally pulled over.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, this was like a mall security guy getting into it with some dude that was, harassing people in the mall or something. And both of them could scrap. The security guy was way better. You could tell he trained for sure. But
like biting, like I don't like. I mean, maybe you might like Mike Tyson someone, I guess, especially if you're grappling. If you really want,
I know.
I don't think. I mean, me, if I'm fighting someone, I'm winning. I'm not gonna bite him. If I bite him, if I'm fucking losing, probably right.
I did it.
You know what I mean?
Once in my life.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm with a UFC champion, and I'm gonna tell some fight stories.
Let's go,
man. I never did. I never even told this story to anybody in the WWE because I knew that they would look at me and think I was like, I'm not playing that game.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you about my fights growing up. That I'm a tough guy. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I know the difference between Mickey Gall and CM Punk. Nobody needs to explain that to me. I rolled with Mickey, David, his gym. I've gone over there a few times. Jerry's come over. He hates when I call him that. Gerard's come and sparred at our gym. Mickey's come and sparred at the State of Fitness boxing gym. I'm not stupid enough to do this. I know better. Yeah. I'm a rational human being. Okay? I got a great promo going. Okay? And I'm not here going to ruin that thing. I'm not scrambling my dome and not being able to say these words the way I say them, bro. You saw Ali in the end, right?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, he was as smart as a fuck, bro. He had the best promo going.
He did.
So, I mean, I definitely was tempted when I got out of WWE. Got a lot of big offers.
Yeah, I bet.
Bare knuckle fights and shit like that.
I can imagine.
And some decent money, but you know what? I'll say this, bro. I got involved on the back end of promoting Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson's return.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was involved in that. So, shout out Triller, Fight TV.
That's dope.
So I didn't need to wrestle for a while.
There you go.
Bro.
There you go.
Good for you.
And it's funny when you do that, you don't want to wrestle when you need money.
Yeah.
And then the second I got money, I was like, oh yeah, I'll wrestle. All right, I'll go wrestle.
Yeah.
Fucking put me in a carnival, dude.
Yeah,
circus
it's for fun, right? You enjoy it. You enjoy it.
Give a fuck. Bought a new car, had some fucking money in my pocket.
Yeah.
I'll go wrestle. You don't even have to pay me.
Yeah.
Idiot, bro.
Yeah.
I wrestled for like the first year and no one paid me. It was like, I'll come and I'll do it. You don't have enough money to pay me to do it. It's like, bro, who the fuck? I take $100.
Yeah, come on, you can't get out of here, bro. Money's money, baby.
Yeah, bro, I'll do it for $100, bro. What do you want me to sing her happy birthday? I'll be at the Quinceañera tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I'll do anything for $1. But yeah, it's been fun, and I got to get you guys.
I want to hear this street story, man. What's this street fight?
I know, but I got to get you guys to come tell your fight story. Okay, I need a fight story from you in between 2 heavy bags at my boxing gym on my podcast.
Okay, not a UFC fight story, like a fucking Jersey Shore fight story.
This guy's got a ton of them. You got a ton of them.
All right, that's a segment of my pod where we sit between 2 heavy bags.
That'd be dope.
Between 2 ferns.
Yeah.
Give me a fight story, and sometimes it's going to be a fight, with the courts or some shit. But I want to hear the knuckle downs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Those are the good ones. So I'll reveal one of mine here. So, for one, I got kicked out of Giant Stadium for life for this move that I pull. Now this is a Jersey meathead move that I know I didn't invent, and I know you know people that use it. But I was at Giant Stadium. I was going to see Jets Raiders. Raiders win the game. They don't get number 1 pick in the draft, right? But if they lose the game, they get the number 1 overall pick.
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
I got you.
The
Okay.
Jets beat them. Aaron Brooks is the quarterback of the Raiders at the time. And I'm screaming at him the whole time from like the 5th row of the 50-yard line in my buddy's season ticket. I'm holding his dad's ticket. And I'm screaming at Aaron Brooks the whole time. Brady Quinn's got your job, bitch. You fucking done. You mop. I'm just losing it, right? I'm hammered drunk.
Raiders fans are brutal, bro.
Zero shirt on. Got Santa Claus gloves on, Santa Claus hat. This is New Year's Eve. This is after. I'm fucking shirtless, right? I'm 20 years old, not 21, 20. And I'll never forget, some Raiders fan comes walking
They're brutal,
down the
bro.
aisle,
They're
right?
brutal.
He's got a leather jacket on. He's got face paint on. He's got spikes and shit. He's a big guy. And I'm young, and he's a big guy. No bullshit. And he walks up, and he's like, I've had enough of hearing your shit, right? And I walk up, and I'm like, bro, I ain't got no problem. Bang! Headbutt right in his fucking nose, right? Hands up in the air. Great actor, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm a great actor.
You always had the potential in you.
Great
That's
actor
where
in
it
wrestling. And when I approach anyone with this face of sincerity, I'm not about to do anything. I really don't want a problem. I really don't. Bang! Headbutt him in his nose, right?
Explodes.
Blood everywhere, explodes. His wife runs up with a purse and just starts beating the shit out of me, right? And I just like scurry 4 seats back over into my seat like nothing happened. Like I'm getting hit by this woman, and everybody around me is pointing at me like it was him. And the security guards are all coming, and I'm just like, oh. But I quick think, I'm like, drop my ticket because this is my homie's tickets, and I don't want to get him in trouble.
Yeah.
So then they hit me with a trespassing for not having a ticket and being at the game.
Oh, wow.
Then I got hit with an assault charge, and I got thrown in jail underneath the Giant Stadium.
Yeah, no, they do have a
They
jail.
have a jail there, yeah. So I did time in that jail. Right? So whatever. They got a new stadium. MetLife showed up first day. But so there was that one, right? But then here's the shit of legend that in college. Look, Frankie, I'm not fucking an MMA fighter, all right? And I remember at the Jersey Shore phase when guys started wearing the MMA tap out shorts to the pool, to the pool party, and jumping in the river with them, wearing them in the ocean.
It might have been
and
that
you didn't
guy.
know who was who.
Yeah, you're right.
You were like, bro, I used to be a tough guy, but now everybody's doing MMA. They're getting the cauliflower ear. I'm seeing it more often in these bars. I'm like, fuck, bro. So I was never one of those.
Tap out and affliction with the two.
I probably in my lifetime logged 100 hours on the mat doing jujitsu. Right. You want to be great at anything, you need to do 100 hours in like a week. Fucking bro. I mean, I don't remember any of it. I know a hold or two because I was a pro wrestler.
Right.
So anyway, that don't make you a tough guy. But this story is just the shit. It's just the shit, bro, of legend. And so I'm driving in college. I got a piece of shit car. My homies are in it, and they're in the trunk because you could drive in the back of a pickup truck when you're in college. In Maryland. You could be in the back of a pickup. And I'm not lying. I don't look at drink.
South and Amazing Dixon.
Don't drive and drink. Don't drink and drive. But we might have been drinking and driving. We was fucking young, and I was dumb. All right, I was really bad, and I was really dumb. And I some kid is walking in front of my car, and I hit the horn because he's like walking slow, and he gives me the finger, and I throw it in park. And my boys are all in the back of the truck. And they're like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, what's about to happen type shit, right? And they're on my football team. And I get out, and I'm like, which one of you people flipped me off? And there's 3 guys standing there. And the one in the middle goes, it was me. And that same thing again. I walk up. I go, bro, I don't want a problem. Bang! Headbutt.
That's your move.
Headbutt. No. 2 punches on the guy standing next to him at the same time, right? 3 hits. One shot. Bang, headbutt, blasted the guy's nose, wide open with the headbutt, knocked the guy out with the right hand, and barely jabbed the guy with the left, right? The guy who I hit with the left, he like felt his face, couldn't process what just happened, looked at his friends, and ran.
Oh,
right? And I stood there and hit a fucking double trap. Right?
Oh, yeah.
No one would believe this story. So I've had witness testimonies on this story to anyone I've ever told it to. And I could do it right now.
Call them up.
Call somebody up who was there, who can retell it as if it, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I can't. You know, once you do those things in your life, I'm like, what's in it for me fighting Jake Paul?
Yeah,
like, you know, you're gonna pay me $1 million. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna die with it. You know what I mean? I ain't got no use for that, bro. I'm a simple man.
I find guys that have stories like that like immediately relatable because that's like how I grew up. Like, you know, like fighting was just a thing dudes did. But today, in today's world, these younger kids, they don't fucking know how to fight. None of them know how to fight.
Never get into it. Oh, bro, those days are so far behind me. I'll never forget. When I was in WWE, I was so worried about losing my job if I ever did anything wrong that people could test me. And I always, even at the most hammered, drunk state, would kick out and be like, nah, I'm not fighting.
Right.
I'm not getting in trouble. I'm not ruining this thing that's like so good, you know.
Everybody's so happy too.
Yeah,
so,
you know, I'm not. But then, you know, I remember one time I was in England, and dude, this is a weird thing maybe people in England do. I don't fucking know. Some guy just gets off a bus, walks up and grabs my dick.
What?
A stranger. Right? And the Eric that's in me, my whole life, I mean, I'm a button. You touch me, I'm a button. I'm like, fuck you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you touch me, that's instantly me swinging. And this happened.
You didn't know what to do.
And I'm in England, in a foreign country, by myself. And in a moment, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's like cops around, and I'm like,
wait, you mean like in a sexual manner? This guy grabbed your dick?
I don't think he meant it sexual. I think he meant it like he was drunk too, and he thought he was being funny. Maybe it's a weird English humor. I don't know. But I was with two dudes, and they and my homies, the Cologne brothers, and I was like, I was thinking about killing myself that night. I was thinking about ending it. I was like, I can't live like this. I'm gonna lose my job. I'm fucking this. Anybody ever touches me again in my life, I'm fucking killing them. I don't care if I die. I don't care if I lose my job. I was so mentally distraught over it that I was so defeated that I had taken that L in my life, that I had gotten to that Gandhi-esque moment of peace where I wasn't going to resort to violence in that moment. And I thought to myself, you know what? Never again. This job ain't fucking worth it.
No.
Fuck.
Kill him.
If it ever happens again, you're a fucking dead man, right?
Roger would have took him home.
I just booked a trip to England.
Bro, so that was unfortunate that happened to me. You know
Dude,
but bro, after that happened,
shit.
After that happened in my head, I was like, dude,
that's it. No more.
Man,
no
again.
more.
Like,
next guy brushes by your shit. He's in trouble.
He's getting fucking dead. Yeah, bro.
This guy would be great for your podcast. He was literally a local legend. Before I knew him, I heard of him. I was an MMA fan, so I knew. But like his local fight stories far superseded his MMA because he was in the begetting of his career. Like when I heard about him,
bro,
his local fight stories, you got to get him to tell somebody.
I'm so glad I didn't run into you on the Jersey Shore. Get my fucking ass kicked, ruin my ego. I would have never had the WWE career I would have had, man. I would have never been that guy if somebody would have tested me young. I got so lucky in my lifetime with fights. It's all luck.
I mean, somewhat.
But I just never ran into the wrong motherfucker. You run into the right.
Yeah, you can. Anybody can. Right?
Anybody can. Yeah. I just never did.
Yeah, I'm older than both you guys, but when I was 21 coming into the bar scene, I had a fake ID before I was even 21. But it was you know if a dude was a big dude, you didn't fight him. You know what I mean? It's not that way anymore. It's not that way at all. Like. Yeah, I'm a big dude, and if I looked at this guy's ears in a bar, I wouldn't want to fight this dude. You know what I mean? He's 100 pounds smaller than me, but you fucking look at them cauliflower ears. We're in a different world now. Like I feel like the whole fight scene has changed. MMA brought about little guys can fuck up big dudes now. You know what I mean?
Somewhat, but still, like people just. Just people getting soft, bro. I mean, you fucking.
Oh, you're talking.
But what scares me too is this: is like, yo, there's people that don't work out ever. Like, imagine you hit someone like that. They're gonna like. I feel like if I can hit, there's some people I've taken. I'm sure you take pictures with fans and stuff like that. You put your arm around people. You're like, bro, if I hit this dude, I'd kill him.
Yeah. Yo, bro.
You know?
I mean, there's you hear the stories all the time. You hit a guy, he hits his head on the ground.
Right?
He's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be that guy.
Hell no.
So I'm just never going to put myself in a situation where I got to throw hands. Those days are done, bro. And like I'm undefeated in these streets, bro. I'm fucking retired on top.
Leave the goat.
You know what I'm saying, bro? I think I lost a fight when I was in 8th grade. I had a cast on my arm that was like an L, and I got thrown in jail for it in front of the whole town, bro. And my mom was very ashamed. Everybody in town don't hang out with Eric. Don't let him be. Bro, it was bad. There was a football game going on. You know how the freshmen wear the jerseys?
Yeah.
I had a broken arm, so I couldn't play. And I got into a fight with another kid on the sidelines at halftime at a football game. So the whole school's watching this fight. And the police come down, and they handcuffed me. But they handcuffed me in my jean loop because they couldn't handcuff two hands because I had a cast. And I just ripped the jean loop off. And now I'm just fucking swinging at the kid with a cast on and my fucking handcuff flying around. And I punch a teacher in the face. Mr. Caiazzo. I'll never forget Mr. Caiazzo, rest his soul.
You didn't kill him, did you?
He played for the Miami Dolphins, dude. This guy was a fucking giant. He was huge. He was our gym teacher and our football coach. And he looked at me and he's like, I punched him in his face and he no-sold it. And he looked at me, he's like, son, you just fucked up.
It's always the gym teacher, though, that breaks up fights. Always.
Dude, I dropped the fucking track coach. I dropped the track coach, Patty O'Hagan. Just fucking hit him with a haymaker in 8th grade. Fuck yeah. So then they get the Caiazzo comes. Marzullo, this other jacked up coach, Cedar Grove, this fucking guinea fuck grabs me. They fucking hold me.
Wait, you went to Cedar Grove?
No.
Oh.
This coach.
Oh, okay.
He's from there. I just
Gotcha,
knew that.
gotcha.
So they end up throwing me in the back of a police car, dude, and I see the kid making a statement or whatever to the cops, and I'm just kicking the window, trying to kick the window out. Like, this kid's got mental health problems, you know. They pumped me up on all the meds. They gave me the Ritalin, the Adderalls, everything. Then they give me class alone because I'm at home. I'm suspended from everything. I'm expelled. Got to go to alternative school. Then I'm good at football. So then I get, kind of graciously put into the library for all of my classes throughout high school. So it's like
there are advantages to being an athlete.
Eric gets 65s in every class.
Yeah.
Push him the fuck out. We do not want to have to teach him again.
But you went to college, though. Got to college, right?
Bro, I got into college.
Football.
Private school. They can do whatever they want. Private schools, they don't have to abide by state regulations.
Right,
They'll let anybody in they want. And I got really lucky. My college story goes like this. Bro, the kid who played a high school quarterback for me when he was a senior and I was a junior, dude, this kid was the best athlete I've ever been around in my life. And I say that. And I played college football with Brian Westbrook's brother, the running back for the Eagles, Byron Westbrook, right? So we played on the same college football team. And Byron, when I was at Salisbury at that time, he graduated and went on to play. I played 3 years at Salisbury. He ended up playing 7 years for the Redskins. Mm-hmm. So a guy that played for my college team went and played for the NFL Redskins for 7 years. Bro, when I say that this kid, Joe Harrisimiak, he was Division II Coach of the Year, the same year I won the Cruiserweight title. So it's funny because my high school quarterback is 1AA, Maine, University of Maine, Coach of the Year. And I'm Cruiserweight champion at the same time, right? That was crazy. But this kid went to Springfield because they have a coaching program. So you can major in coaching. You can major in football coaching.
Wow.
So he was serious. He's like, I want to coach football. And he did it. And now he's the offensive coordinator at Minnesota.
Oh, wow.
So he's big-time ball.
Yeah.
But I remember he went there. And to this college I never heard of. And I heard John Cena went there. And I was like, John Cena went there? My high school quarterback went there. And so they were recruiting him. And when he was a senior, they saw a tape of me, and they're like, who's 21? And they're like, he's a junior. So they were recruiting me my whole senior year already. So by the time I was going into my senior year, unless some big school offered me a scholarship, I knew I was going there. I was like, John Cena went there. Joe, the best athlete I grew up with, right there. Fuck it. So Joe Harris-Simiak, athlete of the week in New Jersey. You know where they draw your picture? 3-time baseball, basketball, and football.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
You don't hear that shit nowadays.
He's in my high school Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And there's only like 3 of them.
Yeah, you don't hear that stuff.
Bo
nowadays.
Jackson, that dude was.
Yeah, Joe Harris-Simiak. Y'all can look that up. White cornerback. Highly discriminated against.
Yeah.
Highly. Kid could have played in the NFL, but he was a white cornerback, bro.
Really?
All right, man. Hey, man, Jason Sehorn, the only white cornerback in the NFL since 2001.
Jason Sehorn? Where did he play?
2001. And I don't know.
He played for the Seahawks?
No, he played for the Giants, baby.
Did he play for the Seahawks
Number
too?
31, and then he played for the Rams.
Rams.
But I'm just saying, like, dude, you don't see white cover corners in the NFL. So, yeah, he probably made the right decision going to coach some football. He's successful.
I got to ask you, I mean, you're a North Jersey guy, so it makes sense, but you had a big infatuation with Sopranos? You got Tony Soprano on your
My
arm.
father's name is Tony.
Okay.
All right.
And he was, the head of a giant DJ business, what felt like a fucking crime family at times. But, I just highly related to it. I left home at 18 to go to college and didn't come back home until I was 30 years old. So you leave home at 18, you come back at 30. Yeah, summers here and there, and things like that. But it was always whenever I missed home, I put on The Sopranos.
Yeah.
It's the
when I'm home away,
greatest series ever,
I'm in
I think.
Florida, and I'm getting homesick.
Yep.
Bam, Sopranos.
Feel like you're home, yeah.
Yeah.
That soundtrack, that beginning music, that where he's driving through,
Serenades my soul.
it's fucking just great. He's got a good.
It's cool. Like that's why I like watching Jersey Shore, kind of. Just like, oh shit, that's my hood. Oh shit, there's this place. You know these places.
Yeah, I should
Put it
go
on the
back.
map.
I should go back and just watch it,
Yep.
in its fluidity. Jersey Shore, as it happened.
I don't know. You might come out the other end not as bright. I don't know. But I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Listen, my kid's going to go to a really good college from that show, so I hope it goes for the next 12 years. But you got a story with James Gandolfini. That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, I spoke to the Jets on 2 occasions before football games, like motivational speeches, and then they put me out. They gave me tickets, and I sat next to James Gandolfini. And
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What year?
This was 2010, 2011, maybe.
Decent Jet years.
Yeah.
Decent.
They made. This is when they made the
Sanchez.
Yeah. But Rex Ryan.
This is it.
They won both games. I spoke to them too. They won both games.
They're bringing you in week 1 or what?
Yeah.
He brought the answer.
You need to hit up Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Week 1, bro. Bring me in.
Bring me in that dark room. You see, we went to that
Fucking
dark
love
room.
That guy.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah,
Love that guy, bro. He stands for everything I believe in, So I love
But James Gandolfini is because we're both on the sidelines, and no one knows who the fuck I am really out there. But everyone's like Tony, screaming, and he goes to me. He's like, man, see, your sports. He's like, it's good you do what you do. He's like, not that many people know you, and I'm like, I ain't making your money, my man. I ain't making the money you're making.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'll tell you, James Gandolfini, bro. Obviously, fucking what could have been, man.
Oh, bro.
Gone too soon, man. Gone too soon, yeah.
Oh, and Paulie Walnuts, we just lost him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Letdown. I'm in a gangster flick with some guys that were on the cast of Jersey Shore that's coming out. I'm Jersey Shore.
Sopranos. I was like, wait, what? Yeah.
So it's called Jersey Bread, and it's a gangster flick made in Jersey. It's my acting debut.
Yeah. Frankie and I got one coming out too, man.
Yeah,
I don't want to steal your thunder, but we got
gangster flick too.
Yeah, I love it, bro. The Jersey gang.
Kind of fitting.
They're gonna be forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Always respected. Yep.
Thing. And so if I'm gonna plug anything, I got a song that I think you would enjoy called Mickey Mantle Don't Care About You.
Okay.
It's a Bronx Tale play on
Yeah,
a Bronx Tale.
hell yeah.
It's play on a Bronx Tale.
I like it.
It's on my album. I make music, so check out Real One and the How You Doing band. Mickey Mantle Don't Care About You.
All right, I'm gonna check that out.
That one's a little bangy.
All right.
And then we got a rap album out, Rosemary's Baby Part 2. Part 1's already out, but Part 2 just dropped. So that's a real.
That's real one, right?
Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all that shit. And then I got a new podcast. You can follow that, The Realest Champs. And I need to get you guys on that show.
Absolutely.
At the Boxy Gym.
Yeah, 100%.
Get you in the fucking ring. It'd be great. We got
Hell
Matt,
yeah.
we got Bags, we got everything.
We're in. I'm in.
Well,
He wants to get beat up.
Yeah, okay. I'll spar with you.
Who did you like? I mean, when you were your time at WWE, who were the guys that you were like fucking? Were like, damn, these guys are cool people.
Like my road dogs, like people I bust down the road with.
Yeah.
I rode a lot with a guy named Neville, who's a British cat. You want to talk about a fuck it, bro? His nickname is Pac.
That's not the guy that grabbed your dick.
Nah, hell no. I wish he was with me when it happened. I would have had a license to kill.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you're from England, right? Was that normal? I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. So nah, dude. So Neville was his dad nicknamed him Pac as a kid because he was born with 6-pack abs and like 8-pack abs, and he's like the freakiest gymnast athlete ever. He goes on the top rope, does like corkscrew like dives that you do in the Olympics off of fucking diving boards.
That's crazy, bro.
Off the top rope to the outside and lands on his feet on cement. On cement. You're talking about jumping off something that's higher than a basketball hoop and doing tornado flips and landing on your fucking feet on cement and doing it every night for fucking years, decades. He is one of the rarest athletes I've ever seen in my life. If he wanted to get real skinny and pursue being an Olympic diver in whatever that time period of his life, he would have won a gold medal. Yeah. He would have, anything like that he could have probably done. But he loved wrestling, wanted to do it, and he does it the English way, which is a lot of catch wrestling, which is a lot of old school shit. He came up in that rough English environment where these guys are real tough guys, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They all cauliflowered ear up. They're all got amateur shooting.
What does that mean, catch wrestling?
Catch wrestling. Catch as catch can. Right?
Yeah, these guys are fucking.
It's like submission. It's honestly, it's probably the. They might say it's older than jiu-jitsu. Some people, it's submission wrestling.
Okay,
catch wrestling.
Yeah. And like I'm obviously, every single kind of takedown that you could think of, somebody knows how to do in my business, and they've done it to me.
Right.
And a lot of the times, because you roll with people. When you feel it, you go with it. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
So we don't need to talk. If I'm holding you, if I stay close to my opponent and I don't walk away from him, if I stay close to him, I can also counter it. You know what I mean? And there's shoot counters. You should watch some Kurt Angle when he's on his note in the WWE.
They say he's one of the best, right?
I mean, Kurt will just start shooting on a guy.
Yeah.
He'll just start amateur wrestling him for real and bitch ragging and mollywopping him all over the mat and not letting him breathe and moving forward the whole match. And if you're working Kurt, you're going to get blown the fuck up. You better have stamina. Because this motherfucker can go all
He went to my college. Me and Kurt went to the same college. Clarion University in Western PA.
I thought you went to Rutgers.
I coached at Rutgers.
You coached at Rutgers?
Coached at Rutgers, yeah.
Clarion University. I know it through wrestling. Amateur wrestling is the only reason why anybody would ever know that school.
Yeah. Kurt was a 2-time national champ for them,
Yeah, man. Oh, bro. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's dude, I got to work with him a lot in the WWE. He was the GM when I was the champion.
Yeah.
So he was the general manager of Raw and SmackDown when I had the title. And just, dude, you want to talk about like a humble guy? That's an Olympic gold medal.
Fuck yeah. With a broken neck.
With a broken freaking neck. Dude. He is the fucking man.
A genetic mutant, too.
Oh, my gosh, bro. And the match is...
Dude has no neck at all.
He's dead now, and people say don't talk about him and shit. But Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle, watch that shit. Watch Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle. That... You'll see. You won't find no holes in their work.
Just technical, right?
It's just you won't find holes in their work, bro. It's simple things like in pro wrestling, right? Like if I grab a hold and you see space in it, air in my hold, this shit is fake, man. You watch Chris and you watch Kurt, and they snatch that headlock. Their forearm is directly across that cheekbone, and they can cinch that thing at any moment and make you tap.
Right.
But they're just putting it on the edge of cinch, on the edge of pain. But they're letting you feel it.
Yeah.
They're letting you
makes it more real, right?
They're letting you know it's there. Everything they do, every hold, everything they do is real, and they let you know it's there. You'll be on the edge of pain, but that's working a hold in pro wrestling.
Right.
If we're telling a story, and the story is that you moved and I hit my arm on the shoulder, on the buckle, and I just start selling my elbow. Like, oh, what happened? And I'm the shark that's in the water when I see that. Oh, look, I'm getting on his arm. Now I just start beating up his arm, doing different things to his arm, and then I put him in a hold, right? And I got him in a hammerlock, or I got him in a Kimura, or I got him in something, and we put it on the edge of pain, and he's constantly, what would you do in a real life if somebody had you in a Kimura? You would grab your other wrist.
Right.
You would try to prevent him from snapping that thing back, right? So we would do real life defense. What would be the real life defense from this hold? How would I really try to get out of this thing?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, the beautiful thing in pro wrestling is we have the ropes. Break the hold.
I grab the rope. You had to let go of the hold.
You gotta let go of the hold. So it's you could be Enzo in there getting mollywopped by Kurt Angle. How's he gonna get out of this one? Well, watch me grab this rope. Right, and then when he spins around the referee, I kick him in his nuts.
Right,
you know what I mean? Anybody can wrestle anybody because we tell stories. It's David versus Goliath.
Right.
Shit, it's a story that's universal in every language when you see it. You could put a guy in a ring from China versus a guy from Japan, or a guy from China versus a guy from America, and they don't have to speak the same language, but if we know how to catch, we know how to judo, we know how to fucking throw, we know how to take throws, we know how to roll. You're going to be able to, So there's a lot of that.
Now, like you're a smaller guy, consider in the wrestling world, you had to do the acrobatics and shit because you're a smaller guy.
No, I am the anomaly in the history of our wrestling business. I have a microphone.
I was going to say, just give you a mic, bro. You don't need anything else. You literally, because I've seen you, so I know it.
Imagine I'm at the show, and in the tagline that I get that gets the people most involved in the show is the YMCA of sorts, right? I go SAWFT, SUFT, you fucking bitch, you know what I mean? And that was like what me and you would say. I grew up in Jersey, saw somebody fucking, he SUFT, little fucking bitch, and so. When I get to soft, I'm not going to get the crowd to get any crazier if they see me doing a drop kick.
Right.
So what do? Ding, ding, ding. Grab a headlock, start wrestling?
Right.
It's like, no.
Right.
Like,
you get them going with the mouthpiece.
I can't get them any higher than I just got them.
Right.
You guys, though, don't have a microphone when you come to the ring. And so when the bell goes ding, 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 that's when your story starts.
Right.
So I already told my story by the time the bell rings.
Right.
We could get down to beat my ass, really. I don't have to do much more. And also, mind you, I'm on TV for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, or if it's a live event. Okay, so I'm wrestling you, Frankie Edgar. You're a former UFC fighter, bro. Okay? There's been plenty of UFC fighters in the WWE, and I'm a star in the WWE. And I'm Enzo Amore. And you're a UFC star, and you're now here, and me and you are going to have a match. And it's only 7 minutes. And we got to go to a commercial break for 2 of those minutes. And we got to tell a story. And I got a microphone on the way to the ring, and you don't. And I just ate up 2.5 of those minutes of that 7.
Right.
Talking. Ding, ding, ding. Am I going to beat you up now, too?
Yeah, right.
Am I going to take all of this 7 minutes of television time and leave you with nothing? And then, if I just beat you, who did I just beat? If I just wiped the floors with you or just shitted on you on the microphone and then just beat you and you didn't get an upper hand on me, who did I just beat? Not a credible opponent.
Right.
So, there's so many layers to what it is that we do.
Yeah.
And if I'm Enzo, there's not enough time for me to talk and wrestle, typically. In my positioning on the card.
Right.
I'm not in the main event.
Right.
So maybe if I'm in I have plenty of main events under my belt, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm the cruiserweight champ. I'm not Brock Lesnar, the heavyweight champ.
Right.
I'm not about to go out here and put on a 25-minute, 30-minute match.
Yep.
So, maybe that 7-minute promo works, that 5-minute promo, that 4-minute promo if I have more time to wrestle on the back end.
Yep.
But I was never really in a position to do that. I was always in a position on the card to talk my shit, shine the other guy up, make him look like $1 million, and then I could beat him. So who did I beat? Somebody that was beating me.
Yeah, I would say as far as crossover athletes, because it's worked both ways. There have been athletes that have come from WWE to UFC, and like Ronda Rousey went from UFC, but Brock Lesnar probably had the best. I guess showing, right? That guy
was it recently, Cain Velasquez.
Yeah, but he
he's
came
been doing luchador.
You know his story? What happened to him? Crazy.
No, what is I know something crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
Kane, by the way.
I don't know if you'd fully get it, only because you're not a dad, but
what a fucking
He's an animal,
bro. That's another one. That's what we're talking about. When you're at the Jersey Shore, guys start wearing MMA trunks, walking around, and you never know who's who. Imagine Kane.
Kane looks the fucking part.
Kane
he does look the part.
Kane looks the
big
part,
old
but
head,
look at him next to Brock.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You see
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, what?
But he beat Brock, right?
That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That guy beat that guy.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy. Not taking anything away from Cal.
No, yeah.
Fucking guy's physically imposing as anyone.
Bro,
Brock's a badass.
I was at AKA. That's where Cain Velasquez trains in California back in 2007. I had 2 fights in UFC. I was out there training with Thompson, a couple guys, and Cain wasn't even in the UFC yet. He had he was fighting local shows, and I'm in there and they're like, hey, you gotta watch this guy. He was literally these former heavyweight guys that fought for heavyweight titles were rolling in and out of the ring. He's just fucking running through these guys. I'm like, dude, who is this kid? And a couple of years later, UFC champ.
Yeah.
They say if he didn't have the back problems that he had, I guess his back problems were really kind of.
He trained so hard. He trained so hard. He probably overtrained and hurt himself.
Yeah.
He had some pretty serious back issues, which kind of railroaded
another
him.
thing, like with me, and when it comes to like a celebrity fight or something like that, bro, like miss me with that shit, bro. Like I trained my ass off to become a great pro wrestler.
Yeah.
To get to the highest level of that one thing. I am a rational man. I'm 36 years old. Bro, my time passed.
Yeah.
I fucking, if I concentrated after college football on a particular MMA thing like boxing or jiu-jitsu or something, then maybe I could have been all right at it.
Right.
And maybe I could have been. But it would have taken time. And I didn't have the money. People pay for that training.
Yeah.
Nobody. I got paid by the WWE to train.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Okay?
That's pretty cool.
So, that's
awesome.
I got to put in thousands and thousands and thousands of man hours, and I never wrestled before in my life, so I was there at 5:30 in the morning every morning.
But you wanted it though.
I waited for them to open the door, and I made them kick me out every fucking day.
That's awesome.
And all my peers knew that.
Yeah.
So that's why they stood up and cheered for me when I debuted. Like, this guy is finally getting a shot, and he hasn't even had a name yet, you know. And I pitched, because I'm EA, bro. Everybody calls me EA. So I pitched Enzo Amore because Enzo Amore, you know, fucking my fucking, what are they?
Alias.
EA is my initials.
Initially,
I was going to think of something else, but so dude, I just fucking, I think when it comes to that world, it's all theatrics, and no one would have been better at it than me coming out of WWE, talking shit for a big fight. Like, imagine if I called somebody out. Like, if I called out Frankie Edgar, you're going to respond and be like, fuck this bitch. I'm going to fucking kill his ass. Like, what the fuck? You know, or you wouldn't even pay me the time of day because I'm not serious.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So, like, when I saw Jake Paul and Logan Paul do it, and they have these celebrity fights, and they put on these things, there's a lot of money in it, man. There's a lot of money in it, bro. And maybe it's tempting to some, but I never even thought about it. I never even considered boxing or fighting, because I know what people don't know. I played college football and beat the fucking shit out of myself. I played the game one way. I was a fucking hitter and a bullet on fucking kickoff. And I was a special teams monster. Okay? But yeah, I played defense in college. I played running back in high school. But on special teams my whole life was my thing.
That's your thing.
I don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't care if I had 12 tackles in a game on defense, 2 sacks. I still wanted to make the tackle on kickoff every fucking time. I would get the whole sidelines juiced up. They called me a bullet. It was called a bullet. There's 9 people that run down the field and 1 kicker, and then 1 guy who runs back and forth so that the return team doesn't know what lane he's going to go down. You know what I'm saying? So I had free reign. I didn't have a rule of lane. I was just a bullet on kickoff, a missile trying to find where the ball was. And bro, I could make a highlight reel of just my kickoff tackles. Right?
That's awesome.
I played football violent. I had a terrible nerve injury, brachial praxis, a stinger, right? And I get the tingle in the hand that goes like this. You know what I'm talking about? And like I've gotten stem cell and PRP therapy, and you know our buddy AJ Caprio, bro.
Yep.
Shout out to the guys over there.
That's our hookup with you, man.
Dr. Cap, man. Shout out Dr. Cap. So I'm beat up. I got booked by the WWE every single year. So while I was telling you before, 2013, I spell out the word soft. I break my leg in 2013, the same year I spell out soft. I come back 6 months later. I never get it healed, and I never get the screws and plates removed in my leg. So they're still in.
Wait, broke it in a match, in a wrestling match?
In practice wrestling.
Oh, wow.
In training.
And they're still.
And I never got them removed. And I'm supposed to get them removed.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go back under the knife. I'm one of those.
But isn't it quicker?
Dude, I'm on my David Goggins shit, bro. I'm running every day, like 2 or 3 miles. I'm a runner.
Yeah.
And my leg feels like I can feel every screw and plate in it.
Wow, fuck.
And I'm
So they're supposed to come out. You just never did it.
Mind over matter, bro. Haters see you walk on water and say it's because you couldn't swim. It's fucking on my David Goggins, bro.
He's the shit, bro.
He is the shit.
So, like, I know what that would prohibit me from ever doing anything crazy in MMA.
Yeah.
And jiu-jitsu or a kick. Like, bro, like, who the fuck were you fighting when it was crazy counter? He kicked you and you took him down at the same time.
A couple guys like that.
I want to say maybe it was Henderson.
Henderson.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
Henderson.
Yeah.
Henderson
Took him down a couple
leg
times,
kicks were vicious.
He had fucking tree trunk legs.
Vicious,
Yeah.
vicious, crazy leg kicks.
Yeah.
You took that up
thing
kick.
I always knew. So I've always been a fan of boxing. So I've trained enough boxing to know, like, yeah, I could pull off like a dumbass fight.
Yeah.
Like against fucking Joey from the carnival and get everybody up on their feet at the local circus. And that's basically what people are doing.
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part, for money and shit like that, right? And I was an athlete who, like we said, if this guy beats me on this play in college football, it ain't because he outworked me. It ain't because he outtrained me. It ain't because he showed up before me and left later. If he beat me on this play, it's because he either got lucky or he's better than me. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep moving forward, dude. Game of inches, bro. I loved football, and I played it violent. I got all fucked up from football. And then I went on to WWE, and I was the last Iron Man wrestler probably in WWE history. So what I mean by that is, you had SmackDown and Raw being two brands now. It used to be that you were on Raw and you were on SmackDown, right? When I became Cruiserweight champion, they put the Cruiserweight show after SmackDown in the main event third hour. So I would go from Raw to SmackDown. I was the only guy who did Raw and SmackDown. So I would wrestle on Monday Night Raw live events, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, do Raw, get on a jet, or take a rental car or a charter and go to wherever SmackDown was on Tuesday because it's not in the same city as Raw. I'm the only guy doing both shows. Then the pandemic happens in 2020. I might go down as, if they don't run the same amount of shows that they used to, as the last guy to ever do an Ironman 300-day schedule.
Wow.
I did 300 days in a year on the road.
That was the norm back in the day, though, right? 200
dates plus 200 plus dates, appearances, and matches.
I mean, I know Bigger, Faster, Stronger, that documentary, right? Had some wrestlers in it and stuff, but obviously the dark side of the industry is substance abuse. But how the fuck could you keep up with that schedule without doing drugs? It's almost like you have to do drugs. You know what I mean?
Well, we used to get fined $2,500 for weed.
$25 for weed?
Yeah, so it was
what?
And it was different.
And they were testing you guys?
So yeah.
For fucking weed?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was different strokes for different folks. If you pop for weed and you ain't making the company any money, they'll just fire you.
Wow.
Right? But if you're a top guy and you're comfortable and they okay, that $2,500 just disappears out of your check and they never even say anything to you, right? Well, for 5 years in the WWE, I quit smoking pot. And then at a certain point, my rookie year and on Raw, 2016, I looked at my bank account and I was kind of like, yeah,
I could afford a fucking $2,500.
And then like 20 $5,000 later, bro. You know, they got me, man.
Frankie, you could have never made it in WWE.
So now they made weed legal in WWE.
So
But
should be.
But you could take Percocets and fucking you couldn't take that shit either.
Even doctor prescribed,
So they
no.
drug test you with an Olympic, the same drug testing committee as the Olympics. They drug test you once a month randomly, and they could show up to your house.
USADA.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. But how the fuck are dudes doing juice?
Lance Armstrong could get you guys around that.
So you could do probably HGH or get your testosterone levels to a certain level, but like that's what it is, right? It's your testosterone levels that they're testing.
Yeah.
So if you
keep in normal range, you're saying?
just keep them at a normal range. I
really?
guess,
So you're saying?
I don't know, bro. I wasn't on no juice.
That's
Look
crazy.
at me, dude. I'm fucking Enzo. I'm fucking known for talking shit and eating pizza, bro. Like, it's fucking. You know?
I thought every dude in the WWE was on juice, literally.
I mean, what happened was, there was a lot of instances where wrestlers were dying, and so Vince had to really pony up and try to make sure that this wasn't a stain on his name, his legacy, his brand, his company. Because obviously, people are individuals, and you can't control what a job.
I mean, you guys got to look at the element too. Like, what kind of people get into wrestling? They're fucking wild people, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
So, man, that weed, I feel like, was the worst thing that they could have banned for me, because for 5 or 6 years I was drinking every flight, every travel, all the time, right? Whereas when I started smoking, a lot of the time
It's medicine.
I would go home to my hotel room, pass out, or just go want to smoke a blunt with a couple of the homies and chill.
Yeah.
So like I wasn't on that wave, but then also like it's long days in the WWE, bro, and I got to a point where, man, I was high every second of the day, man. Every time you saw me on TV, I was stoned as fuck, bro. Like, my eyes were redder than the devil's dick. You look back at that footage, I was out that bitch high, and shit, maybe it was helping me. I don't know.
Did it probably help you with some material?
It helped me with the material, coming up with it, remembering it, staying in the zone, not talking to people, going off in my little... Like, I would go off into a hallway or find a room in the arena where nobody else was. I'm the only guy getting a microphone every fucking night, and I got to come up with material for every city.
So how did you come up with that material? Did you beforehand or on the fly? On the fly?
I mean, I was a writer, so I write all that shit down. I write all of it down, and sometimes when you're out there, you remember it backwards. And sometimes, you go from point A to point D, and then you're like, oh, shit, I forgot B and C.
Yeah, right.
Go back and hit B and C and find a way to button it at the end.
Yeah. That is your thing. You're so good at it. It's like what you should be able to find a niche that just capitalizes on, like commentating or something. Like, it's too bad
that's the thing. Frankie, I'm an athlete. You can attest to this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never going to be a comic.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
But I mean, in the WWE, in the WWE, it's different.
I can still wrestle right now.
But like but in the wrestling world though, don't the commentators kind of wrestle anyway?
Man,
you know what I mean?
Man, I'm good at one thing.
Herb Dean fights.
Me.
Yeah.
I can put me over.
Yeah.
Don't have me out here talking about you two in the fucking
true.
ring.
That is true.
Fucking tell everybody how great I am.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
You know what I mean? I'm a pro wrestler who gets you entertained and fired up to see me get punched in the face.
That's true. Yeah.
You want to see me. I was the guy who you laughed when he got hit, and then the guy that you cheered when he got hit, and the guy that you booed when he got hit. I just got a reaction. Yeah. So how do you elicit that reaction? With the microphone. And I'm not going to work on your reaction. You ain't my brand. You ain't helping me. I'm not going home and fucking paying my bills because you fucking did some shit. Nah, dog. Like, I'm the one with 1.1 million followers with my own podcast, with my own music, and I'm in the business of doing me. So I'm going to go out there and talk about this shit.
Right.
And if I'm the guy dancing with you, in the end, I'll look up at the lights, 1, 2, 3, you beat me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I can see that now. Now, you're your own hype man, but it'd be hard for you to hype somebody else. Yeah.
I mean, it'd be easy for me to do it. I just don't want to.
Yeah, right.
I'm just not in the business of it.
Yeah.
I believe in myself way too much. Like, the sky's the limit for me. I mean, I got fucking railroaded. I got Me Too'd in, dude, a tweet. In a tweet, though.
I know.
We're talking about no phone call from the cops.
You know the crazy part about that is,
investigations or not.
I mean, there was an investigation conducted post what the fuck happened.
Yeah, I got a little railroaded too. But the crazy part is you get judged simply on that. But nobody knows the end. I bet nobody knows the end.
To Matt Ariza?
Right.
You hear about this kid?
yeah. The punter from the Bills.
Bro.
It's bullshit. He's probably what they say.
Bro,
One of the best. What might be the best punter ever, right?
Bro, this kid hit a 97-yard punt in preseason, like his first.
I'm not familiar with the story.
So this kid gets drafted to the NFL.
Yep.
Then, in his first preseason game, crushes it. Shows the Sports Center highlight. The next day, this girl comes out of the woodwork saying that he raped her in a gang rape he was a part of. And then the news just came out after his rookie year is over. The money is lost, and he is fired the very next day by the Buffalo Bills.
Yep. Without
the news
due
comes
process.
out,
It's so fucking crazy.
The news comes out he wasn't even there.
Yeah.
Wasn't.
Who was that? Who was the Tawana Brawley? You familiar with that one?
Oh, look it, dude.
Tawana Brawley accused. I think they were like maybe lacrosse players or something like that, and she accused a number of them of like gang raping her. Never fucking happened. It never even happened.
Look at the Duke lacrosse kids. Wasn't that shit?
I think it wasn't it Duke. Maybe it was Duke. I forget.
Lacrosse kids. I think that shit reversed, and their lives were ruined and everything.
Wow.
So look it, man. This shit happened to me, but I was the guy who did not come out apologizing. I did not come out with a press release. I didn't go on Ellen and start jumping on a couch and telling everybody about, bro, I simply took a 5-month social media silence, knowing full well that when I do come out, y'all are going to listen. Y'all are going to pay attention. And I made a music video called Phoenix that got 3.8 million views, and it touched on everything. I just and still I rise from the ashes like a phoenix, middle finger to the sky, gripping my consensual penis. Like, these are the bars. I'm just like, fuck you out of here, people. You got to know me. You saw me in interviews. You witnessed me. My ex-girlfriend works for the company. She's the first person hitting me up. She's the one most affected by this news. This is affecting other people in my life.
People don't get it.
This is my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother. Everything is railroaded and bro.
You went through hell and everything was dropped.
I went through fucking hell and there was nothing to drop.
Right.
There was no charges.
Right.
There was no court date. There was no trial. There was nothing but a fucking tweet and a guilty before proven, and all the bullshit. And I'm so fortunate that wrestling fans and people saw through mine more than anyone maybe ever. Like, they looked at mine, and this bitch was on TMZ the next day saying things like, oh, he bent me over, and then he hit it like this, and then he was telling me. What? It's like, what? Like, how did you let him, TMZ, how did you let her do that?
Yeah, because you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
It's just clicks. It's clicks.
Yeah. So,
listen, we live in a time.
But I understand why WWE had to fire me.
Yeah.
Look it.
Bad press.
Imagine if I went out there on the microphone that night. I'm the biggest heel in the company.
And went off.
The crowd might have been chanting the R word. They might have been. It might have gotten ugly. And I understood. Did they need to fire me the next day?
Yeah.
That's. I get it. Okay, I get it.
Right.
But you didn't do me any favors. You didn't wish me any luck on my future endeavors like you do everybody else either. You kind of painted a picture of me like I was an asshole and I deserved to be fired, when in reality, I was on the show that night. I was at the Barclays Center, the 25th anniversary of Raw, the biggest Raw in the history of Raw, the 25th anniversary, when that tweet went viral. Why did it go viral? Because Raw, the 25th anniversary was happening, and obviously the girl looked up and said, oh, that wrestler. Oh. So
in this world of liberal media we live in, that happens all the time, and it ruins lives, and you never get the backstory. It never gets redacted.
Which is why I took it into my own hands.
A number of them.
Which is why I said, fuck you.
Pop in my head right now.
Video, changed my name to Real One, and said, come at me, come back. And now I have my own, brand.
What was his name? The one that pops in my head was Sandman, I think his last name was. He was the kid that had the Make America Great hat on. He was at the Capitol. He was with a Christian school, and there was a Native American guy that was there.
Yeah, I don't know the guy's name.
You know what I'm talking about? But they basically accused him of being a racist and all this shit, and showed like one little clip of him. He fucking ended up suing the fucking news network that did that.
CNN, and everything.
Bro, he got like millions and millions and millions because they showed the extended clip. He was not the agitator or the instigator at all. It was everybody else. You know what I mean? But they try to label him as like this white supremacist. It's just, that's the world we live in.
They got their own narrative, and it's the onus is on us as the Americans and the public to choose what it is that we're paying for, what we're listening to.
I don't watch any of it.
And who we give our time and our energy to. I don't pay for cable. I don't watch any wrestling anymore. anymore.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know what's going on in any aspects of anything, right? But we could stream anything. I stream the NBA Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals. I haven't missed a game. I watched all the NFL games last year. I haven't paid for cable. I know people who got passwords and logins, and fucking we always find a way. But, bro, like, if I'm going to listen to news media outlets and shit, I'm going to alternative sources.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Twitter.
100% agree with you.
Yeah.
I will not tune in any of that shit. That's garbage.
Rogers has to be pictures, though, for Roger.
I can't read, so it's pictures.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
I'm dumb and gay. What else am I? Old, balding. What else? What else am I? Mostly gay and dumb.
If
you're confessing, are you confessing?
Well, at least you got a clean white tee on, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
Jersey, stand up, man.
That's it, baby.
You know, I just think that the world that we live in nowadays, right? You take it all with a grain of salt. It's all bullshit.
It is.
But when you see people waking up, though, the Joe Rogans have had such a huge impact.
But like we were just talking about this, like people are waking up, definitely more so, but it don't fucking matter.
They're waking up, but they're
look
afraid to speak
happened.
up.
But they already did it. The damage is done.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Shut down businesses. They fuck people up.
And then like even like this shit where they're saying they made up this. It came out the Durham report or whatever. It came out that they set this fucking guy up, right? They set Trump up with the Russian hoax. They know it was these people. And nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's going to happen.
Nothing happens to them. So what's the point?
Nothing happens to anybody. We're
Nothing's
in a
ever done.
communist country
We are.
right now.
Yeah.
Sick of it, bro.
It's a different state of, and you know what? I hope that we take it back. I hope that we take back our freedom. And I'm all about it, bro. But you know what? Who is my dark horse? I hate to say it. Look, I'm not a anti-Trump guy, but I mean, I love listening to the motherfucker more than anybody. I pop for all of his shit.
Yeah.
He's hilarious to me. You want to hate me for it?
He's funny.
Go right the fuck
He
ahead.
is funny.
He's the funniest motherfucking president ever.
When he was talking about the rape thing, he's like, I'm not into her.
Yeah.
What does that mean? The person says, what does that mean? You're not into her. She's not my type. I wouldn't say you're not my type either. He tells the fucking
he's the
lady.
best. I don't give a fuck. People can hate me for it. That guy's fucking hilarious. It takes one to know one, people. All right, it takes one to know one. I have to say though, my guy, he DM'd me today. I should show it to you, just so we can look at this. He DM'd me today.
Presidential candidate?
Presidential candidate.
Get out of here.
Got my fucking vote.
I got a DM from Trump Jr.
Oh shit. Oh shit!
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Hey, that's American royalty right there.
Oh shit!
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a dark horse in this race.
They're not even gonna do it. They're not even letting him debate. They're not letting him debate Biden, bro. They're not even letting it happen.
They're not letting him.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I think that Trump is so polarizing to bring the country together under him at this point because of there's people who are brainwashed. Okay,
100%.
So bad, and you got to remember, like, who this is affecting. There's kids that are looking at butterflies in fields, and we were growing up with them, and you're like, that kid's not there. You know, that kid's looking. He's always off staring at the sun. That fucking kid. You know what I mean? Like, and we knew not to make fun of him.
Right.
And we knew to help him along.
Yep.
Okay. Because
we were just talking about this.
Because that's what we do. All right.
Yep.
Nowadays, those people are alone now. Yep. They're not in school with us, and those people
on tons of meds,
and they're fucked up, and they're and even if they're not on meds, they're very easily influenced. They're gullible, and they're watching the news.
It's a weak society we live in.
They're getting this message, and it is being absorbed into their brains, and they're the ones who are making terrible decisions to do things that are ridiculous and to support things that are ridiculous because they're literally of a lower frequency. They're not operating at the level we're all operating on, and we see that. But they're the ones that are waving. You know, like it's. I see it, and you got to be a dumbass to fall for this.
You see
and
it.
People are falling for it.
Yeah.
So how many dumbasses are out there? There's a lot of them.
A lot of them.
You try to, you know how when you can tell and when you see that exactly what you're talking about is when you try to have an intellectual debate with that person and they go from 0 to screaming in 4 seconds because they have no argument.
They go from 0
at all.
to you're a
They're
racist.
racist.
0.
It's easy to say.
It's crazy,
bro. They're saying Biden said it is not safe to go to Florida for LGBTQ black people.
Biden
it's not
said
safe.
If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Yeah.
Bro, and he got voted in apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Look, I was born at night, but not last night. I see what's going on here. And, I think that Robert F. Kennedy Jr., like you said, American royalty, has come out. He was just on Russell Brand's podcast recently.
Great.
Check that out.
I love Russell.
Incredible episode, RFK Jr. and Russell Brand. And he talks about the CIA and how they killed his father and how they killed his uncle. And he speaks to those memories, those people, and being a child in those rooms and having questions and knowing them and the people that he grew up around. He has a Rolodex of information on books. This guy is a lawyer. He is well versed. He is intelligent, and he is in. And he says the number one thing he says: don't trust the government. Don't trust the government. He says, don't trust me. You shouldn't trust me. You shouldn't trust anybody who's being voted in right now. You can't trust anyone. You can't trust the system. The system is fucked because it's working the way it's supposed to work.
But who's the one guy that's going against that? The grain.
Love him or hate him. Democrat that has been labeled anti-vax, but he's not anti-vax. He is upholding responsibility of giant corporations that take no liability due to vaccine injuries.
I think he had a vaccine injury, didn't he?
He did. Yeah. He had his voice recently worked on.
Yeah, it is a little better. It is a little better.
It is a little better right now. Yeah. And I know he gave a hell of a speech just recently, and I can't wait to bro, if they put, dude, could you imagine if they put him on a debate stage?
No, it can't happen.
Well, that's why it's not going to happen. That's exactly why it's not going to happen.
Give me RFK and Trump on a stage.
Oh, that would be great.
And light the fucking world on fire.
That'd be
let us really make a choice.
Yep.
Okay, give us a couple choices of people who say fuck the CIA.
Right.
I want people who say fuck the CIA in office.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Well, Trump says fuck the FBI.
And he says fuck the IRS.
Yeah.
And I love that. Abolish them.
Yep.
Get them out of there. What am I? Bro, we can go down a wormhole.
We're gonna get shadow banned anyway, so we might as well. But I'm just saying, politics isn't our forte here. We love to talk about it because we're passionate about it. But
freedom of speech.
You know what happens. You know what happens.
Freedom of speech is our forte. We got 100%. Microphones in front of us.
100%.
And we can't say what we want to say.
Stand for something or you stand for nothing, but just nobody gets to hear you if you stand for the other side that they don't like.
No, they've done a really good job of people shutting people.
For sure, they have. I mean,
and how many casualties have we seen in this war? And I'm talking about real people dead.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people speaking up, and they ain't here no more.
Oh yeah, I mean you're seeing it in real time too.
You think I'm
Go ahead, Frankie. Say something about Hillary Clinton. Let's see how long you make it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she said.
We all know that our boy Gerard ain't suicidal.
Yeah, that's right.
We all know Gerard ain't suicidal.
That's right.
We all know it.
Oh,
he hangs out with killers, but he don't want to.
He is such an interesting dude, bro.
He's funny.
He is cut out for. He's like you, cut out for a microphone.
Yeah,
100%.
He's a real one, and he's knowledgeable, and I love that about him. He doesn't speak on things without having
correct.
I don't pretend to know shit I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know enough about politics, but I know that the leader of the free world is the president of the United States. And right now, we're not in a free world. And it's not a coincidence that the guy who's in office right now is
been a lifelong politician.
Bro, how do we have homeless problems and all over this country, issues with roadways? How are you driving down the 1 and 9 going into New York City, the greatest city in the world, to get into the Lincoln Tunnel?
But we send $190 billion to Ukraine.
And we send $190 billion to Ukraine, but you can't fix the 1 and 9. Oh, fucking 4-lane highway that takes you into the greatest city in the world through the Lincoln Tunnel. We can't get a better way to get in and out of Manhattan. There's no express lane. Some infrastructure. Have you ever been to a beautiful city in a place that uses good money for infrastructure,
Dubai.
like Dallas, Texas, San Antonio, Austin, even these days in Vegas? The roadways are like 6-7 lanes. There are highways going over the city and through the buildings. In Dallas,
it only costs you $42 to go through the Lincoln Tunnel
to the other.
Yeah.
And you do it through an expressway, so you don't have to be down below where the foot traffic is waiting at red lights. Where the fuck is my expressway in New Jersey? How come I can't
want us waiting.
How can I can't get from New York City down the shoreline
because you're cattle.
The Jersey Shore?
Because you're cattle, that's why.
What the fuck is going on? Where's the money going?
Somebody's pocket. Somebody's pocket.
Obviously. Obviously, we should run for office.
Yeah, fucking right. Fucking right.
We get
Everybody-
into politics on two things: fix the roads, gas prices down.
Yeah, that's
everybody's
it.
going to be happy out
That's
here.
it.
Driving all over the state.
You ever see any of his BJ Penn fights? BJ actually ran for
Of
governor.
course.
Yeah, yeah.
BJ ran for governor in Hawaii, and he's very like-minded to how we think. Very proud American, you know what I mean? And
that's another guy whose cardio was probably probably some of the greatest in the history of MMA.
BJ?
His cardio.
No, he's not known for cardio.
You don't think so?
No, BJ?
flexibility.
Your fight that you guys had was ugly at the end. I mean, you guys were fucking banging on each other.
We fought 3 times.
3 times.
3 times, yeah.
3 times. The one where he had red trunks on?
That was in Boston, I think, right? Yeah, that was in Boston.
That's the
I was
one
at
that I
fight.
can remember.
We got into a fight in the crowd watching you fight. Yeah.
I can remember that one. What was the outcome?
I won all 3 fights. It was a unanimous decision. Yeah. The last one I finished though.
If you watch BJ early in his career, though, he was just the man. The man blew through people. You know, as he got a little older, he had some wars. Obviously, him and Frankie had 3 bangers, and he just wasn't the same. He had some bloody fights, too. Nick Diaz, right? He was bloodied up bad in that one. He said he was going to retire after that one.
Nate Diaz, yeah.
Sorry, Nate. Yes, Nate.
No, I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry.
I thought it was Nick, but okay, yeah.
Nick.
Yeah.
So you fought at 145, never made it down to 135?
I did. I fought 35, yeah.
55, 45, 35.
Yeah.
You did go down to 35?
I did, yeah.
I remember the 55 title run.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that was crazy because you didn't cut?
Nothing. I weighed 50. I
It was
weighed
the only
55.
division they had at the time. It was the lowest division they had.
Yeah. I barely weighed
Was
55.
that light heavyweight?
Lightweight. It was lightweight.
Lightweight champ.
Yeah,
Lightweight champ at 55. And then what were they calling?
Featherweight is 145.
And then
bantamweight is 135.
Yeah, bro, I get confused bantam and feather.
Yeah.
Flip them. But they got it. And then what's the next? 170 and 185.
Welterweight,
205?
middleweight, light heavy, and heavy. Yeah.
Damn.
And then there's flyweight, 25.
Oh, those guys can go all day.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck.
Demetrius Johnson's probably, arguably the greatest fighter of all time. But for some reason, those
They don't get the same respect.
They don't get the same respect down there. I don't know why.
He's as skillful and technical as any fighter that ever lived in the history of the world.
Ever. If you watch his highlight reel and the moves he pulled off, remember that one? Like he pulled some flying armbar off on that dude and landed it. Like
the belly bump.
Yeah.
Was it you fighting Henderson at the end of a round where he stepped on the fucking cage and?
No, that's where Henderson was fighting Pettis. Yeah. Pettis did the Showtime kick where he jumped off the fence and kicked him in the face.
Yeah.
That was gnarly.
That's
a highlight reel.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure there's a Superman punch that Henderson throws off the cage where he steps back off the cage.
He tries. Yeah,
I've seen him do that.
Uh-huh.
I remember, like, because we see things in MMA.
Yeah.
And you know what I would see? Yeah. I would try to do them in wrestling.
Yeah,
sometimes, right? But I saw, more particularly than anything that I did personally, when I sell in pro wrestling, I don't like it to be like a flat back bump, like I ran, like how they teach you in the wrestling school.
Right.
Like I punch you, you go back, you snap, and you come back up.
Right.
You know what I mean? I like to sell like an MMA fighter, and I saw a knockout in MMA, and I was like, I'm doing that tomorrow. And I took a super kick, and I sold it just like that. I'll have to show it to you. It's just like that can be made so applicable in pro wrestling when you see a guy get knocked out.
How he reacts to it, yeah.
How he fell.
Right.
Why is it that when wrestlers get punched, they take a bump?
Right.
And like do that snap back, flat back where they attack the mat. It's like that's not what happens in real life.
Yeah, it's when I fall forward sometimes. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I'll show you, bro. I fell on my ass and
they call it ragdolling, and that's exactly what it looks like when somebody gets their head looks like an orange in a sock.
What do they call ragdolling?
I ain't got no.
Like when you get knocked down, you get ragdoll, you hit the ground, you're like fucking. You know what I mean?
I don't think they call it ragdolling.
No?
Like I could ragdoll somebody. I got ragdoll them.
Throw him
Ragdoll
around?
that means you just fucking whooped them.
But yeah, you know it's also a cheesy sell I've seen. I've seen a cheesy sell in wrestling that never works is when a guy does the shake on the ground like he got knocked out.
Oh, yeah. No one really does that. Do the stiff. If you stiffen up, people stiffen up.
That's what I'm talking about. I've seen people stiffen up and they don't pull it off.
Yeah. But that'd be because you got to.
I'll roll some eyes in the back of the head, you know? Some shit like that.
Edson Barboza with that spinning heel kick to
Terry Item.
That dude was stiff.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yep.
One was pretty stiff.
Bro, these people are just hard around the edges. Just like their bones. Like and when you look at a guy like Henderson and you just see his knees and his shins and his elbows.
He looks like Jesus Christ. That's what he looks like. He really does.
Bro, it's like,
shredded.
Just like, you know, like that's the guy when you're playing pickup basketball, his elbows always catching you and you're like, what the sharp ass motherfucker, you know what I mean?
Jesus had blue eyes, bro.
I'm saying this guy loves to critique everything I say. They call you Rocky, bro. You don't really look like Rocky.
Yeah, speaking of Rocky, man, have you seen the newest one? The
Creed 3?
There's a spinoff apparently coming out on a TV show about Drago's son.
Oh, really?
Drago's son?
This is the news that I'm bringing forth. I didn't see it because you can't see it. This is apparently what's happening.
Oh, wow, that'd be dope. Did you see Creed 3?
Which one was that?
It was the one where
Apollo's son, right?
Apollo's son.
You told me there's no reference to Rocky in it at all, though, didn't you?
So after Rocky, after the last Rocky, there's Creed 1, Creed 2.
Was when he fought Drago's son?
He fought Drago's son. Now he fights like he's the actor that got in a bunch of trouble. Anthony Majors or something Majors. He's in he's like in the Marvel shit. He's the Kang the Conqueror in that. He good ass actor, but the movie was dope.
Bro, I'm trying to get.
Did you tell me there was no references in it at all, though?
No, in Creed 3, not one reference to Rocky. I'm like, how is that possible? He has to own that. He has to own that name. Like, how is there no?
I don't know. There was some real weird shit going on with it, and I actually know Stallone's agent. You need to meet Stallone, bro.
I'd love to.
I haven't met him.
I follow him on Instagram, bro. I love that dude.
Bro, no bullshit, man.
Tulsa King.
I'd probably fight because of Rocky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Look it, I can plug that. I look it. This is what I do. I always got a guy. I always got a guy. If I don't know him, somebody I know knows him. So Stallone. He's got no interest in meeting the two-time cruiserweight champion of the world. He don't give a fuck, bro. I got an action figure. Introduce me to your kid. You know what I mean? Like, no. But UFC fucking former, champion. Hell yeah, I can see him wanting to meet you, bro.
Yeah.
So, my buddy Nicky is an agent. Agent Nicky C on IG. Shout out Nicky. Nicky was a young hustler, young, good-looking kid, Italian kid. Looks like the kid from A Bronx Tale, but grown up, right? Mm-hmm. And this kid came around Stallone and these people and was just kind of like, hey, I can get you autograph deals. And like, somehow he infiltrated these people. He got in there and just would like say, I'll get 200 Rocky t-shirts and I need you to autograph them. And I'll get you this amount of money for it. And he would do shit like that over and over. Then he ended up with like Pacino and all the biggest stars in the world. And he works with Stallone. And Stallone gave him as a gift his motorcycle from Rocky 3.
Get out of here.
Black and yellow bike belongs to my homie Nicky. It's in his house.
Wow.
And I met Nicky through my other homie who you need to meet. Get him on the podcast next time he's in town. He's an actor named Lorenzo Antonucci. He was a guitarist in a metal band in the early 2000s, played all of Ozfest and all those crazy things, right? He was an absolute lunatic from Brooklyn. Lorenzo from Queens. And he's the real life Enzo Amore.
Yeah,
Lorenzo. Enzo. All right? Lorenzo Antonucci. Like, I'm not Enzo Amore. That's not my real name, right? So this guy's like the real life fucking me. I meet him, right? And he's like real life, like bing, bang, boom. But he's an actor. And he's real tight with Stallone, too.
Yeah.
And I introduced you to those guys.
Yeah, hell yeah. We'd have them on a pod, for sure.
And next time you're in L.A., let me know.
Yeah.
And I'll arrange it for you to meet Nicky and Lorenzo so you can go meet Stallone.
Oh, that'd be dope.
So I'm sure Stallone wants to meet the champ. He loves fighters.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
Not a lot of guys or people in Hollywood that I would want to meet because it's just so,
and this
but
is
that dude is one of them for sure.
Me too, bro.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I just think he's got a better chance.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Don't forget the little people when you get to meet him.
Yeah.
No,
he's the man, bro.
fucking the
Rocky's
man, bro.
everything.
Even Tulsa King,
Rocky's
right, bro?
everything.
How old is he now?
Tulsa
70?
King,
One
bro.
reason why I miss having cable is every once in a while you go through the man channels.
Yeah,
Hit
you get
Spike
Rocky.
or
Yeah,
TNT
It's great, bro.
or
Tulsa King is
just a
great.
fucking 24-hour
Can't
marathon.
miss.
Let it run in the background all day.
Yep.
You know? Yeah, man. Sly is
He's never really been in anything bad. The only one I could think of, I can't think of the name of it, was the one where it was futuristic. And
Demolition Man?
Demolition Man was
Demolition Man.
fucking
Here's
dope,
Judge
bro.
Dredd.
Judge Dredd. That's
Judge
not
Dredd's a
Demolition
comic
Man.
book, though.
I
It's a comic
don't
book.
think I watched.
No,
Judge
it was
Dredd,
not his
honestly.
best work.
Yeah,
But everything.
It's a comic
I
book,
bought
though.
the action figure, so
Demolition Man was fucking incredible.
Demolition Man was great.
Demolition Man, I need to
Wesley
watch it.
Snipes, right?
Wesley Snipes with the blonde hair and the
Yep.
blue eye.
Yep.
One blue eye.
Yeah.
His parents were incestual.
Yep.
That fucking husky over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the fucking Demolition Man action figure. I remember I used to play with Wesley Snipes. He had a turquoise shirt.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved it. Action figures got me into everything when I was a kid. You got your own action figure.
Yeah.
Is it not the best?
It's dope. It's
Pretty
dope.
cool, man.
Yeah.
You've made it when you got your own action
But
figure.
yours came with the belt too?
Came with the belt.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Mine never came with the belt. You had to buy the belt to get.
Oh, that's
They
that.
were coming out with
double
it.
dipping.
I got fired with the title.
Hey,
I left with
so
that
you're
thing.
still a champ.
I
This
put
means
that-
you're still a champ.
Forever champion.
Yeah.
Went out on top.
That's it. Forever champ.
Went out on top, man. So, hey, God's plan, man. Everything happens for a reason.
Amen to that. Amen. I believe that.
You know? And
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
we'll link up this summer, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta let us know when that wrestling show is, man.
Do you
I'd
come
definitely
down to the
check that
shore
out.
at all just to hang out?
For real.
Six Flags, baby.
You come down here just to chill at all or
I
no?
was here all summer last summer.
Okay.
I haven't drank in a while.
Yeah.
But last summer I was here drinking a whole.
Well, hit us up, man. We'll do a boys' night if you come down.
man. We'll see if I start drinking again. But,
Yeah.
I'm looking at St. Patty's Day I stopped.
Oh yeah.
So where are we at now? What
St. Patty's Day gets crazy down here. That's
4
one
months.
of the biggest.
4 months.
It's a couple months, right?
Yeah.
March, April, May. What the fuck?
Almost June. Almost June.
Almost June, yeah. So a couple months, and I've honestly, I don't think gone this long without drinking. Maybe a decade plus, maybe.
Well, I'm not trying to get you to fall off the wagon, bro. I'm proud of you, but I'm just saying if you want to do a boys' dinner, we'll drink water. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, but I'm not. I'm hanging on the wagon by a fucking at all times. I'll fucking bring myself back in. You know what I mean? At any moment. But I was thinking to myself, if I really wanted to drink, I would save it towards the end of the summer,
Summertime.
August, and then.
He's planning his relapse. I love it.
I am going to tear the football season a new asshole.
There you go.
I just don't see how I can go to Giants games
Not
Sober.
drunk, yeah.
and not get tuned up.
Yeah. No.
Like, bro, are you a Giants or Jets fan? Are you coming around to any games this?
I usually go to a game. I usually go to a game.
Gotta
Game or
get you at
two.
some games
Yeah.
this summer.
I usually go to a game or two.
This upcoming year, bro. And I got to get you in the boxing gym on a pod.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
And with the pads on. I know, because
You're a perfect fit for that.
You'll be the second MMA guy that I brought in for my boxing coach to hold pads for. And Mickey Gall has come trained, and Dez holds the pads for him. And I just see Dez's the twinkle in his eye. This old fireman, he's just recently retired from the fire department.
That's cool.
So he's at the gym more and more.
Yeah.
And he's just like, dude, he's in his glory. You know what I mean? So I would love to bless him.
Yeah,
with
that'd be
that.
dope. That'd be dope.
Bless him with that. Let him hold some pads for you.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Listen, brother, this has been a fucking trip. This has been you said you'd love to come back. We'd love to have you back, bro. You got the gift of gab. You tell an amazing story. Got an amazing career. I've been following you on Instagram for a while, man. Not even because I'm a wrestling fan. I went to a couple wrestling. You stole the show when I was there, but you're just such an interesting character. And I was like, is this guy like this in real life? You kind of are, bro. You kind of are. I mean, that's high energy. You know what I mean? So definitely appreciate you, man.
I mean, I definitely smoked some weed to calm me down.
Yeah.
Which is an everyday thing. I couldn't imagine going through life without weed.
I always say it's medicine, man.
Bro, I did it for 5 years, and I think it worked out for me. But
I wish I'm a better parent.
I calmed the fuck down.
Yeah.
shit don't get me as irritated when I'm high.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm already 5 cups of coffee and a Red Bull into the day.
And
that's an everyday thing.
Right.
So I'm always speedballing the weed and the fucking energy drinks.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you guys having me here. You're some real ones. Definitely get you on the Real Champs podcast. All you listeners that listen to this, I hope you listen to mine, and I hope when you guys come on mine, my listeners listen to you.
Yeah, fuck yeah. It's all about
One hand washes that boy.
That's it. That's it.
And it's just at Real One on Instagram, right?
REAL1, and that's the number. Not
Follow him, guys. He's a fucking riot.
Not the word. And,
do you like when you get on there and you talk? Is that fucking off the rip, or you fucking reading cue cards? Because I'm like, how the fuck does this guy remember this shit?
I think the most impressive one that I've done lately, in my own mind.
Where you named off all the guys you beat?
Yeah.
Bro, I've watched that. I watched that like 5 times. I'm like, how the fuck did this guy rip that off? I'm like, he's got to be reading it. But I'm like, no, I didn't think you were.
In alphabetical order.
Yes.
Which when I did it in the promo, now imagine, remember when I say when I do promos, I write them down.
Yep.
So if I say the word and the word was written but, like, but don't do that, and don't do that, but I said the word but, nobody knows that but me.
Drives you nuts.
I will kill myself.
Yeah.
That won't happen to me. No, I don't fuck that up. But in that one, where I was naming everybody in alphabetical order.
You nailed it.
I named every one of my opponents since I left the WWE, since I've been wrestling on the indies. I named all of them in alphabetical order, right? But I realized that I wasn't telling people that I did that in alphabetical order. So as I was speaking, I thought to say... And by the way, I just said everyone in alphabetical order, not chronological order, and I fucking continued to speak. And then that threw me off from what I was supposed to be saying.
Yeah.
And so I had to plug like point C into D to get to A. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had known that in one shot I just got everybody's name in alphabetical order, and there's no going backwards. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was.
So I couldn't fuck that up.
I watched it a couple times just to see where your eyes were looking. I'm like, he's reading that, and I was like, I think you fucking just winged that and nailed that.
Yeah,
it was
no,
good.
I don't wing it.
Yeah.
I write it down and I rehearse it.
Yeah.
In my head.
Well, that's what I meant. Not read it. Yeah.
I read it out loud over and over again, maybe 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times, and then maybe I'll put the phone down, and then I'll say it and see how far I can get without reading it, and then if I got it all, I'll just do it.
Yep.
That's funny.
That's a good thing about talking in your phone. You can just fucking delete it and go again. Yeah, I do them in my car all the time, and I'm like, that one sucked. Let me do another one. Yeah,
Macho Man, bro. Fucking cream always rises to the top, though.
That's it.
Man. You know, they can't hold you back.
That's it.
Get that microphone in your hand. It's make or break for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you could change your life.
Right.
And that's a testament to, an opportunity I had and being prepared for that moment, because none of these promos were not written. Every word I ever wrote, I wrote. And so I have a book that's this thick, and you write a book this thick and you pull out one word, SAWFT, SHUF, 5 letters, changed my life forever. But I had to write a book this thick to get that one fucking word. And I had to get that one word, and I had to say it at the right time, and timing's everything. John Cena in the ring, got a microphone in my hand, and I wrote all this, and what's my best shit, because I got to squeeze my best shit into this moment right now.
Luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
Exactly what happened to me, baby.
I like that.
We're all just getting lucky, man.
Again, hey, thanks for coming on, man. We'll have to do it again.
Yes, sir.
Find and follow us on YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and most other podcast platforms.
Podcast Guru, Podbean.
Yeah.
Here he goes.
Radio fucking... No, I just did this the other day. When I read off like the odd ones, and I did read those because they were on a screen.
Yeah.
So I usually never read, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted to read off all the podcast distributions that my new podcast is out on. Yeah. And I said at the end of it, I was like, if you're one of the fucking weirdos that's using Podbean,
we got it. We're on it, right?
Yeah, you're on Podbean.
We got 4 followers on there.
Who the
listeners.
fuck is listening to this shit?
Nobody.
Exactly. So I was like, all right, if you're one of those, but hey, glad that this thing's out everywhere. Can't wait to get you guys on mine.
Same, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Very much appreciate you. You got to sign the surfboard before you leave.
Oh, hell yeah.
Appreciate you, bro. We out.